Yo. Welcome to Crazy Ball TV. This is the LFC Vibes on the late night vibe tips. Guys, appreciate anyone who's here. Please share, subscribe, like, algorithm. Don't forget the notification bell. It's very important. So you know we are in here. First of all, I need to give big ups to my man, Liverpool 12 man, and of course the Kennel himself. Zuberi is in the building, gents. How y'all doing today, man? Or this evening?
Big up. I love the background. That is dope.
Oh, mine or Zuberi's?
The berries. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
Zuberi's we doing.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Big up, Paul. I know it's at 2 a.m. on your side. I appreciate that you are here. Please, yeah, tune it in. If you are at work, don't get fired though. If you are at work, don't get fired. But if you can, blast it for everybody to hear it. Welcome. We gonna as Zuberi is setting up, we gonna talk about, of course, tomorrow's match. For some of you guys, it's already Wednesday, so you're getting ready for this. We're going to talk about a few LFC business. Some of our players, we heard about the injuries from the manager and the time frame that they're looking at right now. And then, we're going to pull some receipts. A few players that are needed right now, we're going to pull some receipts. So, 12 man, how's it going? Today, I'm sorry I missed your show, man.
Oh no, it's okay. I got you. You're a busy man. I know that you got work, you got things to do, everything else. People show up at the barbershop. That's where we're supposed to be talking. That's what we're talking
about. on a late night tip. Yeah, right. Barry, whenever you're ready, boss. I think you're mute right now.
Yeah, sorry. I talked when I heard that compliment as well about the setup. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's not done yet. It's gonna be like the normal setup for where I'm gonna show that. Before I was over by the bar. Yeah, but I ain't really feeling the bar. So
I feel you.
I don't have like laptop counters on the bar counter. But nah, man, I'm good, man. How you guys doing, man?
Oh man, everything is good. I wanted to do the show earlier, but I got caught up with couldn't run away from work. So I'm like, okay, let's do this evening one on the late night. People are working late night on the other side of the pond, or on our side. I know we got some people on our side who will join us and chop it up. We got Paul who's already in the building. But it's very match tomorrow. Today I was watching the City match, right? I want to talk about a little bit of the City match because you have brought it up a couple of times recently. 12 man has been, he's a Liverpool through and through. So, but he kept bringing it up every single time. City is a very good team. We have to respect them because they are the champion. But one thing that we've been saying, some of us been saying from day one, saying that it's not the same team. Right? They got monsters in there. They got monsters in that team. But last season, the sniper or the brainiac who used to get them out of trouble is not in anymore. Well, there were two of them. One of them can stay fit. Today, he couldn't even play, right? But one of the other guy who always get them out of trouble is in Barcelona. Yeah, they have a robot who scored a lot of goals. But when they are in trouble and they are in a situation like they were today, that guy is not there. He's playing for another team. Today, that goal does not go in if homeboy did not slip. I'm thinking that somebody slipped him a couple envelopes during the. I'm not going to start any rumors. I don't do conspiracy. Because the man, the way you slip.
Or you're not going to finish it. Which one? Because you already started.
One of the two.
No, I mean, the way the man slipped, I'm like, bro, come on now.
Yeah, what if I tell you that I started watching the game probably about 3 minutes before that slip? Like, I'm not even bro, I literally turn it on. Turn the game on, and I'm like, yo, there's no way these men ain't score yet. Yo, these men are really in the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, shit, man, it looks like it's about to be interesting. So let me set it up. As soon as I got set up, and bro, it couldn't have been 3 minutes, man. I just literally sat up, got comfortable, man slip. I'm like, yeah, now I'll check the highlights, bro. I can't watch this. So that's how I came into the game. You know, when you get settled, I saw it. I'm like, nah, yeah. I can't do this. That's how I got turned off of boxing. I started watching a boxing fight, and I saw a man win.
Yeah.
And that guy lost, and I was just like,
I lost.
Yeah, I can't.
He lost. Yeah, I was live. I was live while like when it was 0-0 at halftime. I was like, this might happen, you know. This, but I'm like, I don't want updates anymore. I'm not even gonna watch this. I'm gonna just keep talking to the people. And then I saw that 1-0, and we had talked about Haaland being cold. I was like, oh, you woke that beast. You woke that beast because he scored today. Because he was off that last game.
He was off today. Let me tell you, Tommy. He was off today. Like he couldn't. You know, usually a striker can force himself into create his own chances or create luck, right? Or opportunities. Right. He could not. He was tripping all over the place.
Wow. Wow.
Right?
He was missing poorly in that game previously.
The Chelsea one,
and I mean poorly on some sitters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got everyone talking about. Oh, he's cooling off. Cyborg's not there.
Mm-hmm. No, but I mean today, like the goal, okay, it's a striker goal, right? Okay. It's a true striker goal. He's on one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper was like a few centimeters away from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They made the lineup that Pep did. He used the lineup that people wanted against Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. And
they didn't do anything. Yeah, you have the ball and you are in front of their goalpost and there's nothing you doing.
Right.
Right? They scored a goal, but it was offside. But they were not threatening. Brentford was not threatening. They were very comfortable. They were very, very, very. They had a breakaway where they should have scored again.
I mean, this is at the Etihad. It's not
at the Etihad. They should have scored the same thing that Raheem Sterling had.
Yeah,
same thing. It was just him and the goalie. And when the guy got there, he was tired, so he just passed the ball to the goalie. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, City, like I said, we're gonna give him their respect. You gotta, they are the champion. You gotta give a champion's respect.
That team, that lineup should still win.
Yes,
Julian Alvarez is not some slump. Like as in that, he's still a good player. I know he's not KDB, but I mean, like he's still a good player.
No, I mean, like I said, I will steal some words from the Honorable Kenel Zuberi. It's not the same team. Yeah, they're good. We know what they can do, but it's not. If you give Liverpool all this, I mean, if you criticize Liverpool for, oh, you guys are not good enough, you can't do this. But then you're looking at City, and City is struggling the same way Liverpool are.
Right.
But yet you could say Liverpool is lesser than City. Then there's a question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, and people are not going to talk this because Alan scored a lot of goals last season.
Sure.
But the goals that he scored did not get them out of trouble. When they get stuck, who was getting them out of trouble? Those players are not in anymore.
They're gone.
They're gone. So that's why they're struggling right now. And KDB not playing makes Haaland's job very easy.
That's the maestro.
Pass is not there.
The maestro's gone. So I mean, like,
I think it's an easy metric to even say if you look at the results. From the old team to this team, one of the clear and obvious thing you'll notice is it was flipping teams like Berg. I'm talking 6-0, 4-1, 5-1, 9-0, 7-0.
Yeah,
there was wiping teams up, man. I'm talking about Google Gaga baby wipes on teams. Bro, this season, Talking about ricochet goals to win it.
Mm-hmm.
1-0.
Against Chelsea. It was a lucky show from Rodri, man.
I'm talking about scraping wins. Like you know when you're that, it's like that big bad guy. You know, when he's in his prime, he's rolling over everyone. He gets old, he can still throw a punch.
Mm-hmm.
He's like back to the corner and he's like just stabbing one guy. And that's how they getting through, man. They're just like scraping through. Arsenal is doing what City was doing in their prime. Week in, week out, they're dropping 5, 6, 4s. You're like, yo, nah, this team is crazy. It's not a team anymore. It's just a bunch of individuals that's at a high level.
Yes,
That's literally all it is.
That's a very good point.
It's just a bunch of individuals at a high level. They basically remind me of, Chelsea in between their trophy season. Because they'll get a trophy, and then the following season it's just a bunch of top elite players. They ain't really gelling, and they'll fall off. They bring a new manager in to get them to gel. The gel doesn't hold forever. I'm thinking City is losing that gel as far as the chemistry of how they normally run the teamwork stuff. Unless they're trying to change tactics to be more composed and, relaxed and just win the game by 2 so they don't look like they're cheating. I don't know what kind of stuff they're running with, bro. It just doesn't look the same. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even fear it. I don't fear it. Look at the bench. I don't know if he was there. Our cousin, I was telling you about the Oscar Bob guy. He's like equivalent to Elliot. You know what I mean? Big upgrade for life. But they're just not the same team. And like I said, the scorelines tell the story. Scraping 1-0. The only thing that I don't like is, Palace, the Wolves, even Brentford to some extent. Some of these teams normally put them to the sword. You know what I'm saying? Put a real good running on them.
The Wolves are no joke. Yeah.
But
it's I hope we can be already comfortably apart from when that Wolves game comes up, that we don't have to worry about it. Plus, it'll be at Anfield, but we got Wolves again at the end of the season. This we could go to the end of the season with this title race between 3 teams, and because these three teams are good teams, but for what it's worth, we're dealing with injuries. They're dealing with injuries to key players too. Arsenal hasn't really necessarily dealt with key injuries to key players per se, for as lengthy periods or as large of injury lists that have key players on it. But these 3 teams are going to be teams that we have to worry about. And with us being a part of those 3 teams, it's going to be good that we have a bunch of different things still, with Mo Salah coming back, still with the youth players stepping up, still with, despite the injuries, we're making a real good run on 4 different competitions. So we should be able to maintain it if we just continue to feel that there's going to be bumps in the road, but it's next man up mentality. Yeah. And this next man up mentality is I don't know if it's present in a city, and Arsenal hasn't necessarily had to deal with that kind of mentality just yet. But I think we're going to, through the adversity, we should be able to prevail. So,
this is the thing. Jabari, you did bring it up at the Grace Can show that we shouldn't worry about us getting tired, because eventually, humans, it'll eventually catch up to you, but we can have them. We can have that.
Your video called the next man up mentality, right? You did a stream. That was I thought that was cold, man. I thought that was cold.
You know what I mean?
But that's definitely the energy causing. Because the only thing I fear is what I was telling you and Brian about. You see the next man that comes up. Yeah. Yo, let's not overguess him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fire no shots tonight. I'm gonna hold all the shots in, right? But
that was like definitely just like you do it with the mask.
No.
Like you said, okay.
The overguessing thing.
He has the sniper just waited.
The overguessing thing. You know what I mean? We need to chill on that. Like, the next man that steps up, he wins the cup. Does that mean he's world class? Does that mean he's elite?
No. Yeah.
Does that mean he's the best? right midfielder off the bench. Does that make him the best goalkeeper off the bench? Does that make him the best? I'm just saying we need to kind of just understand that that's what a squad is.
Right.
Yes.
You have your main guys. The only thing most Liverpool fans have been crying for is having a guy that can come on and do something. Because for years we've been carrying about 4 guys that we can't really count when they're gonna be available because they're just on the injury table. So now we're blessed to have guys that can actually come in and do something. Let's not overgas them and call them like super subs and disrespect them in that regard. Bro, they're part of the team.
Wait a minute. Are you?
I don't want to.
Is there a particular player?
No. I'm not shooting anyone.
He has a what do you call Walter PP gun, and
he's league all of a sudden say, "Am I going to have to say, Lucho, take a seat and bring in who I think he's talking about?" Okay.
No. I'm not taking a shot at no. It's a blanket statement. I'm just trying to protect them in the squad. Like, bro, you're part of the squad.
Sure.
Your number's called.
Yeah.
Because of unforeseen injuries. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's not they're doing so well. They gotta step up. Think about that. And that's what I'm saying. We have to be honest about the criticism we're gonna give these men when they do step up. Yeah. I mean, there's a few exceptions. There's one, maybe 2 guy when they did step up. It's like, bro, the way you're stepping up, you might be the main guy. But other than that, if they're not doing that, I think we really need to just be honest and be like, yo, would this guy have gotten this running if it wasn't for the unforeseen injury? Because it's not like they're performing out of their skin and we're like, wow, yo, how can we keep him on the bench? And for me, there's only like 2 guys that really come off the bench, and I'm like, nah, man, these guys deserve a start. There's only 2 guys out of the probably 6. We've seen about 6 months step up. And when there's 6, I can be like, yo, nah, Hendo looked like he deserved a start. You know, Brady looked like he deserved a start. Joey,
Mr. Reliable.
Joey probably put himself in a weird bracket. Nah, he puts himself in a weird bracket because none of us is complaining if he plays center back. None of us is complaining if he plays right back. None of us is complaining if he plays left back.
That's true.
We might actually complain if he starts.
Yeah, why is he not playing?
No, but that's how weird it is. I'm talking like center back. If he starts as a center back, you're like, yo, why are we starting him as center back?
I will say this. You know what, though? So shout out to Mtar Mizzi because we were talking back and forth. I never really thought of Joey as being a left back. Let's not get twisted. I know he's played there, but that wasn't like where I was like, oh, this is where I'm starting. I've heard people say he should start at left back. Even though Robbo's no longer injured. And now, even though Simicast is no longer injured, they're still saying Gomez should start left back. Okay, so that says something. But if Gomez can really make something of this, I understand he's not a guaranteed starter on any of the positions. He's a utility player. You talked about squad. Squad means you have players that fit roles. These roles that are fit by Gomez, or even who I like, Elliott being a super sub. That's why I believe he is a super sub. Or no, exactly. Because I knew you were talking about my boy. I
don't think he's a super sub.
Elliott is a game changer, man.
It's a game changer.
Elliott's a game changer.
That's what super sub is. To me, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
You're impact player. You're only going to get like 15, 20 minutes maybe. And you can automatically impact the game as soon as it's so that there's
how many utility guys do we have though besides Joey? Because I feel like we have one of each, and it's so crazy.
We haven't utilized Endo as a utility guy, but apparently he can play as a utility guy. I can see him being that. Gomez, like we already spoken about, and Kwanzaa's played in like 3 different positions. He's played right back, he's played right center back, and he's played left center back. Trent.
But people say
he plays it in one game. He plays it in one game.
Trent, Gakpo, Cody, Gomez. Totally. Yeah, even Nunes, because Nunes plays across the front 3.
Yeah, he does.
And Jota. But what's the name has a question for us? Rasta Crab, shut up. Bigger, Rasta Crab. He said, question, y'all. Still confident we win in 4 trophies with all these injuries? Yes. Until it's mathematically impossible, I'm still confident. Now, is it going to be easy? Oh, hell no.
Bro, until the injuries put us in a position where we can't even make 3 subs, I'm always going to say yeah. As long as we have 11, bro. 11 v 11, I'm gonna be like, yo, we got a chance. But if we got 11 and only 2 men on the bench and one of them is Adrian, then I'm like, yo, that looks sticky still. You know? As long as we have 11 and the ability to make 3 subs, that answer is gonna be yes for me.
Yeah. 12 men.
Do you want me to answer which question?
The one, this one.
Certainly, I think I'm still holding on to the Euro quad because you know why? Because despite the fact that we are heavily injured, I still think that we can get through these competitions. We're deep enough in these competitions to really just say let's just go for it. Yeah, let's just go for it. If it was earlier in the year, yes, I'd be like, okay, I get it. It's going to be tough to maintain it for this much, but we're already almost like 3/4 of the season through. Let's just go for it.
Yeah, let's be optimistic as well. I don't know because I'm not on the spaces, but I think I saw ESPN popped up and said Jota's confirmed for like 2 months.
Yeah,
but if my math is correct, 12 man,
he can play this year.
Back for the Europa League final.
Yeah,
so that tells me. So
it still counts at the very crucial. Yeah, at the very crucial moment.
The other man just need us to get us there. Jota will do the ankle leg.
He'll do his shot.
Yeah. But check this out though. The team, I mean, this Sunday is gonna be a big tell. If we win, everybody's gonna the whole English side of things will be worried that these guys can actually have a quad. Because
I don't think this game says that.
The Sunday game?
No, I don't think.
Because you already win one game. You already win one trophy.
Go ask an Arsenal fan who's been deprived of a league trophy and never won anything in Europe and ask them how they feel about Liverpool winning the Carabao Cup. I want to use an Arsenal fans, and Chelsea fans will tell you they don't care about nothing.
Because this is what I see, right? The players that we have, I believe, can do anything. Now, Jota, and we will talk about the injuries, actually, good segue. Jota's injury club today was very reserved. He announced the injuries differently than usually what he usually does. The timeline, he didn't even give everybody timeline. He said, Jota is going to take more than 1 month. That's what he said. Jota is going to take more than 1 month. People speculate that it's going to take 2 months. He said it's going to take more than 1 month. More than 1 month could be 1 month and 1 week, 1 month and a day. I'm just being over optimistic, of course. Allison, he said, just ruled out. Everybody else, Trent, Soboslai, all those guys, he never gave any timeline on those guys. He didn't even bring Nunes and Salah because a few people were very concerned if those guys even gonna make it tomorrow. And the funny thing is, nobody even asked him, say, hey, is Nunes and Salah gonna be there tomorrow? Nobody asked him, and he didn't bring it up. Does it mean that we don't have injuries? No, we have injuries. But I think
he could be keeping some of his cards to his chest for the
exactly
Sunday. Just not trying to have, because one of the things I think Poch is good at is a game to game type of setup.
Right.
When he gets it right, he can definitely hurt you in some moments. We've seen it when remember when we beat Spurs, it was him taking out City out of it. And they threw all their eggs in that basket. They got them to the final. I think he just relapsed in the final and threw out his tactics and just went for the big guns. When really and truly, it was the low knife that was getting him through. So I think Klopp is just really trying to be mindful of that. I think we're in a really good position because you know, like I said, the next man up mentality, it's been working for us. So for us to now doubt it and go, yo, it's going to be a massive blow without the big guys or whatever the case may be. I'm telling you, people are looking at Bradley like the next coming of Trent on a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So imagine, I'm not trying to like speculate, but imagine if certain super sub just magically learns how to defend.
Yeah,
we're talking about a different type of player now, because that's literally, for me, it's always been his weakness. And it's criticized that other Liverpool fans that I've talked to criticize it, like, yo, that guy has nothing defensive about him. He's just out on the right attack. Can't even win a decent tackle. I think the only tackle I see him really get in there was the one where his ankle got twisted off. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's back playing football in that. But other than that, I don't seem like winning a lot of tackles. Even his double team is pressing. It just looks like it's in vain. You know what I mean? So if he can get some midfield, you know what I'm saying, sauce about him, defensive awareness, tackling, closing, pressing, tracking back. If he can get that in this game, I can see him being a starter. I think that's probably what's keeping him from being a starter.
The defensive part, yeah. But to answer what Rasta Crab is saying, Klopp being shady with his answers. You know why he's being shady with his answers? Since we played on Saturday, between Sunday and Monday, did you see how much speculation that came out about our players? He does not want to say anything that is just going to fuel any negativity, just like Zuberi is saying. At this point, it's a next man up. And even I think I even saw a post where he said, yes, we do have injuries, but that's not an excuse. Remember all the mentality monsters thing, or some of you guys who say you don't like the fact that he gives the fans, he feels this underdog mentality. This is him trying to stop that. At this point, just like 12 months say, we are in a what? We finished already. Yeah,
we're close to three quarters of the way through the season.
You don't put any doubt on anybody players. Even if they have one toe left, you still make sure you tell everybody, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because all of them
made that exact comment in 2021. That exact same comment.
Yeah, I remember.
I literally made that exact same comment on Kopish, and it wasn't even trying to like diss in the guy, and it's just like, if you're like a big Jurgen Klopp fan and you love what he's done, you just trust that, yo, whatever he's up to, he got you, right? Because I was never really on that bold big. I mean, obviously he's the guy here. I trust him in that regards, but I've never trusted that his game-to-game decision was something I can like, you know what, whatever Klopp does, I'm okay with it. I'm always like criticizing certain things. So I was making that comment. So I don't know if Klopp is like, yo, this guy need to quell the nerves, because there's a lot of nerves floating among some of the
right. And
we've seen him on we've seen him on the call, and I think what Klopp is saying is about them, them fan that's like, do we really have metal with the next man up? Basically, what I think he's trying to say, 12 man, is, yo, can we trust the next man up mentality? Because what do you know about Klopp, 12 man? I don't know much about Klopp. I've seen him. He looks like Curtis, but is he really like Curtis though? You know what I'm trying to say? We see O'Connell come in, but is he really like McAllister? So I think the next man mentality up is like, yo, if Nunes ain't there, can we really rely on Gakpo? You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of where we are right now. And I think, you remember when he came out and he was like ranking off all the, I'm not gonna say dead midfielders, but the midfielders the fans wasn't really feeling. Like, yo, guys, relax, man. We don't need a midfield. We got, You remember when he was wheeling off them names? I felt like in that moment he should have been wheeling off the next man up. You know what I mean? Like, yo, guys, don't worry, man. I've seen Clark in training. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he could have been, pump up the next man up. You know what I'm trying to say? When make sure the right PSI is in them tires. Like, yo, when you go out to the Prem, still you need to be at the right PSI. So I think he could have been pumping them up a little bit, but not too much. You know what I mean? Just let them know, like, yo, you're the next man up. This is what it's about. This is your opportunity. The fans are gonna get behind you. Fans, trust me, man. We got people here. I felt like he could have did that. You know what I mean? Kind of just swerve some of them. Yo, are you gonna? What's going on with the big guns? Let them know, like, you're not. Little guns are prime and ready. Some of the guys been here for like I don't think we have any youngster that's been here under 2 years. So these men been around. They've been
They've been
around.
around.
The quad chase.
They've
Yeah,
gone- they've
quad
gone
chase
out
is
long.
easy.
Yeah,
Some of
Yeah,
them
they've gone out.
Klopp stood up for some of the players to like I forget what tournament it was, but he stood up for them because they just barely got away from not getting the medals, and he like stood up for them to get medals as a part of it. Like, yeah,
It's interesting because he was bigging them up in the quad chasing season and said that the moment was so precise and precious. He couldn't find the right moments to throw him in, right?
Yeah,
and then we went on. He even said the same thing about Origi. So I felt like he missed the trick here, and that's why I criticize him, because I'm like, bro, we're basically in another quad chasing season, and this time you actually have a golden opportunity to bring some of these youths in, and you have done that very well. You have gotten
very good point.
Right.
So it's almost like the Virgil interview where he did. It was like, I don't know what the future holds. I'm not saying he said anything wrong, but he could have said something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could. This was the moment for Klopp to be like, yo, nah, man, did you see our youngsters? He could have said how much he's bred them in, how much game time they've given, how they actually ready for this moment. He could have said that. And then, Rasta Crab would have kicked back and go like, my manager is all right still. You gave him, you know what I'm saying? Elliott super sub bracket. You know what I'm saying?
No, but this is the thing, though. That's a
Yeah.
very good point, because 12 men.
Yeah, I guess I'm saying.
The first squad that we tried,
right?
He only trusted just a few generals.
Yeah,
right?
He did.
A few soldiers, and unless somebody's leg is ripped off the bone, he's not making any subs.
Right.
This year, though, what he's doing is, like, this is the part where I believe that people are not giving him enough credit. All these players that we are bigging up, say, wow, these guys are doing good. Joey, Simikas at one point, Bradley, all these guys at one point started the season and were not playing well. Like, he kept them on and said, I'm gonna give you more minutes. I'm gonna give you more minutes. You might even Gravenberg will have a dead game and the next game started. He will sub him off and the next game will start. So what Klopp, I think, and this is what I think a lot of people are also frustrated. You doing all this and then you're gonna leave.
You're finally doing what we want, and
you're finally doing what we want, and now you'll be like, you know what? Middle finger to all of you, Mosokos. I'm out.
Well, I mean, like, he did say, yo, I'm tired. He's like, you know what? Fine. He said, I'm tired. I want to take this break, and I'm gonna do what I want.
Take a day off. Take a day off. Pep Lingers can hold the fort for a couple months and then come back.
Right.
No, but you know what though? Sometimes what they call it, Hail Mary, like fourth and 10, but you're
where you just
15.
Yeah.
Klopp been trying to get up the yardage so much, man. He just got burned. I was like, yo, you know what? This is my last season. I'm just gonna go for it, man. I'm just gonna let it go. And
let it go.
Letting it go, it just looks.
It looks.
To us, I'm like, bro, you could have let go a long time ago.
And I believe if he had done this 2-3 years ago, not just the personnel only. Of course, the personnel helps. We can overlook that. I think he would have more energy to be like, wow, I burned myself. You know how they tell you when you are on a marathon, don't look at what other people are doing because it throws you off. Right. I believe he looking at himself and be like, you know what? I could have probably, go one more year, but he lost energy. But Rasta Crab say he has one more question. Foreman, are y'all starting Trent right back?
I have another question. Y'all starting Trent should be our I do. Absolutely think Trent should be our starting right back. Right. I had Trent on early. Like I said, I hear the shouts for Bradley. I get the fact that I see the sample size we've seen. It's not the most incredible, talented caliber teams he would have faced, but he did face and do a job for against Saka, one of the top wingers in the Prem. He's got promise, but to say that he's a starter in front of a world-class talent is difficult to say. Yeah, okay, that's playing 3D chess that I don't know about.
But there's the thing, though. I will throw this to challenge you. When my world-class right back doesn't want to play the right back, I'm not going to sit there and wait for you to make it.
He said he doesn't want to play right back?
We're going by the way Bradley's playing. No.
We're
Listen to what I'm
not
saying.
mind
Right?
readers.
We are all
We're not mind
speculators.
readers.
I'm a mind reader, and if Trent decides to give me the Lotto numbers, I'm winning. What I'm saying is, when Trent first came out, he's doing is exactly what Bradley is doing right now.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And then over the years, we've seen that he smiles when he's playing the midfield than when he's playing right back.
Yes.
So I'm saying if he doesn't want to play right back, hey, but when you go to the midfield, there's not a seat waiting for you. You have to scrap and brawl to get in there.
I know, but the sheer fact that you're doing body language analysis,
yes,
and analyzing when he smiles on the pitch, I don't know. That's some serious eye test analyzation, but I don't know about that. We've gotten production from this inverted role for Trent. He's engineered it to where he is a hybrid. He can play right back. He can play midfield. You can play right wing if you want. Just play in the triangle. Just play, because you are that integral and so amazingly talented that we have to fit you in someplace. And having you on the bench or having you in a position that, yes, you want to be in the midfield, but you also want to be in right back, and you also want to be a right wing. Right, you want to be involved in the game. He just wants to be involved in the game, and that's what he is. But similar to his boy Jude. It's very similar to his boy Jude, because his boy Jude plays midfield primarily. But where's Real have them playing Jude primarily? He's more of an offensive threat. It's more of like this. Okay, world talents you have to have on the pitch. Mo Salah, world talent, have to have him on the pitch. Find a spot for him. If it means that other players on a run, cool. Find another spot for that other player. Because
this is the part where
talent, you want to have them blossom and shine in this position that they're great at.
That's fine. That's fine if you are dominating, like Madrid is doing right now. Right?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yes, certain players, you find a spot. You are the manager, you better find a spot. But when we are on the run and we're trying to win something right now, I don't care about your emotion or where you feel like I want to play. If you choose to play,
smile. But you just talked about his smile.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You talked about his smile, and now you're telling me
that's just a fictitious statement. But I'm just saying, Trent, we've seen you play right back, and the way you play your body language, you get people blow by you so easily. We can't just rely on your nice crosses anymore. If we want to win, we need all hands on deck. You can't say, well, Zuberi and Kwesi Bold, you're going to hold the deck, and 12 men, you just go start over there and do that. What's that movie? Titanic pose with what's his name, right? All hands on deck right now. Maybe after the season, we can go back to it, because you just have to win. And at this point, we are at the end game right now. You have to win. So if you have to win, you only play players who are in form at the position that they're supposed to play. Now, a question from Rasta Crab saying, what has Bradley done? Played 4 good games. Trent been doing this long, bro. Facts. However, Trent is not doing it right now. Hence the reason why Bradley is playing.
Can I give you a little bit of perspective, though, Quasi? Let me give you perspective.
Yeah, put context on that, please.
No, I'm saying. Okay? Go ahead.
So, all right. So originally, or earlier in the week, or even last week, we were discussing this a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, Bradley, run Bradley, right? That was a bit reactionary, because if you look at the big picture, if you go back to the game where we beat City 3-1. And I come out and I'm like, yo, I don't like the way our team look, because you have the 11. And then once you take one of the 11 out, it's a massive drop off. There wasn't like a guy coming on adding anything of substance. Like there was no game changer coming on, right? I think what we're disrespecting is the fact that we have game changers coming on. Kwanzaa come on the pitch, the defensive
it doesn't change.
It doesn't drop. So that's good. So you're keeping starting a level energy. Gomez comes on. The defense goes up a level. I don't care what no one say, I'll argue that point till I'm big dry. Gomez comes on, take the defense up a level. And you also got some assists as well. What Bradley is offering is, it's unfair to say he takes it up a level, but there's different aspect of the game that he's affected. So Trent's on the pitch, creativity.
Beautiful.
Man does what he wants in the game,
Yeah.
right? We don't like some of what he doesn't do, but what he does do,
World class.
you can't even measure it. So
Right.
I feel like we're being disrespectful and not saying, you know what, let Trent run, do what he's doing. If it's not working, Bradley comes on and takes the team up a whole nother level. It's the same effect Elliott got. When Elliott comes on, it's not like Elliott is dragging the team by himself. Everybody, the entire team level goes up just by Elliott being on the pitch. And you're like, yo, why was that level? This wasn't the same when Sabazla was there. So it's like different players affect the team in different ways. And that's what Bradley does from right back. He does some of the same things Trent does, but his coverage and his position, because he stays so wide sometimes, he's always an extra man. The same way Trent, and most of the time, Trent is always like an extra man in the half space.
And through the middle, yeah.
But Bradley doesn't whip passes. He just do the 1-2s and break on the team. So that's like a different weapon. So the level ain't even the same. It's just a different thing at that same level.
Nothing falls off. And this is the thing.
So if we're playing at an 8 with Trent doing the long passes and creating and open up the team, Bradley comes out, we're still at an 8, but instead of long passes, it's now tiki-taka down that right-hand side and we're in. But it's still at an 8. So I think we should just let Trent run it. If it ain't working, I don't think no one is kicking up a fuss if Trent is on the pitch and it ain't working and we see Bradley coming on. I don't know now. One that's going to be complaining. So if that is the case, I don't think we should be caught up in who starts. I think we should be more focused on who's performing. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Trent's on that pitch and he's saucing like he can sauce. If you're going,
nobody's looking at Bradley.
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna have the 66 on the door.
And this is what I say. You're right. And with me, I love competition. A lot of fans just like, oh, this person, like Rasta Crab saying we won a lot with Trent, so he gets a free rap. No. With me, I love competition because just like Zuberi eloquently put the context into it, we win regardless. Whether Trent or Bradley is playing and they're both playing at the world-class level, we know who the Don is, right? We know who the Don is. But at this point, both Trent and Bradley are playing at the world-class level. Liverpool wins. So with me, I just want competition on all sides because guess what it does? It breeds in that next man up, right? Because Trent goes down, and then we get Bradley.
Yo, pull up Paul comment there about Trent's confidence, and that's what I wanted to touch on. Is you see this confidence thing. That is the fine area I think Klopp was coaching in. Robbo doesn't have a good game, but he's guaranteed a start. You know, Bobby had a barren run. Told me, I know he said, guys, my guy as well, but Bobby used to do the pass when he should be shooting type of stuff. And we're like, yo, nah, Bobby, you gotta be, you know what I'm trying to say? But Bobby had a run where he just wasn't scoring.
Yeah.
And Klopp just kept, it's Bobby again. But I'm like, bro, Bobby ain't really doing much. And Klopp was like, nah, man, but the way he works with the other two, it's a lot more effective than Origi. I'm like, bro, you're giving Bobby a consistent run. He had like 9 games and he comes on and he bangs a goal against, I think it was PSG, and did the eye celebration and that. And I'm like, yo, Bobby is that guy still, you know, when he bangs. But Klopp had a moment of playing guy through a bad spell. Why would you play people through a bad spell if you have an adequate replacement? So if Trent confidence is taking a hit because he's playing badly, bro, I'm going to be honest, it's a team sport. I'm not here to be, you know what I'm saying, massaging people's confidence in that. You're playing poorly, man, and we got to get a guy here. So you know what? Put him in the firing line. If he's not firing, you go back in there. But if he's firing, bro, you're going to have to fix up. And then when you fix up, you come back in. And to me, that's what the game is about. I mean, you can't be worried about the confidence like that, though.
That's not. It's not even. It's one. Confidence is something. Let's not get twisted. I mean, it's more so for any of the players that we've been talking or should be talking about. Is Kelleher. You know, that's a confidence thing for goalkeepers. But confidence is with strikers as well, and it's with also sometimes with these players that we have that are in roles, important star roles or important roles on your team. Trent is that person. I was just trying to get a point in saying that to be a part of this team, you have to be somewhat of a fluid player, okay? Be able to play different roles, play different places. Especially our front line is basically completely fluid, like as in the places and positions they can play. The midfield moves around a lot. They move somewhat, but these rotating triangles that we have on the sides, your midfield, your strikers, and now this wild card of Trent as this right back that will sometimes play in the midfield and then even involve himself in one of the triangles. Having all those components is like a watch. It's like a filing team watch. It's beautiful when you have all those components. And you don't take out the major pieces of this watch and then expect for it to still run. It's been going around, but you can't take out a Trent from what we've been really working with and been successful. We act like a 5-game or maybe even a little periods have created this run or this spot where we're at. We've gotten to this place because of when this team turned the page or really turned the corner, and that was that Arsenal game basically last year, because we were not doing well before that. And once he inverted, we all of a sudden started doing well. We rode it out to the end. We didn't get to that 4th, but got 5th. Came into this year, got these new components to replace the old legs that we're talking about. And now with this team, we can do something when these key parts to this watch are able to be in the watch. And that's why you're going to see a difference. I don't want to hear anything about Mo Salah. I want to hear anything about Trent not being in the positions and in this lineup when they are healthy and fit. Period.
But there's the thing, 12. There's the thing. Are you trying to win or are you trying to
it's not about their ego or confidence.
No, it's not about ego. The question, that's the thing. But there's the difference between, sometimes people say the difference between us and City, Pep don't give a crap. He just, right? Just because Trent and Salah are the reason why we won a boatload of trophies, does not mean you keep him there when you have fresh ones ready to go who are showing you that I can do close or different. I mean, I wouldn't say the same, but I could keep the level at the same level doing something different. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what the whole next man up is. Sure. Remember, my argument before, right, was Liverpool was never balanced. We on the right side, we focus on the right side, and teams figured out how to DI. Even the inverted role. We got found out against Aston Villa that same year that we played well with the inverted position. And I brought it up. People was like, oh, it's just a one.
Villa was one of our best wins this year.
It's just a one game, right?
But Villa was one of our best wins this year.
What's that?
Villa was one of our best wins this year.
I'm talking about last season.
Well, I know last season what you're talking about.
Last season against
my point is we played with an inverted against a team that did so well against us when we were just starting playing inverted. When we played them the second time,
but let's be honest,
had our best win.
How many times this season we've been playing inverted all season?
Right.
He's choosing who he picks to be the inverted.
Yes, exactly. Right? You've seen Gomez play inverted. We've seen, sure.
But a lot of people will say, okay, I have a debate for that, because against Brentford, first half, Bradley never did an inverted. He stayed at his position, played traditional fullback, right?
Yeah.
Second half, he tell him to invert, and even Zuberi will probably explain it better than I can. That's when the goal came in, because he get caught up, not being in his position. Because when we invert, we put all the pressure into the right side center back, right? So a lot of people are looking at it like, yo, when it works, it's almost flawless.
Right.
But then when people figure it out, we get caught. That's why a lot of people say Liverpool give too many chances, right?
Is it figuring it out, or is it figuring it out, or is just the ability of the player that's playing the role?
No, I mean,
realistically, we're talking about Trent who got hurt in Burnley, right? Or the game before when he got hurt. The reason why, or one of the things why before, is that he's been playing, if you look at his heat map, he's been playing a more traditional right back role. He wasn't playing really inverted. But yet, we also know that this inverted role, when played by a player like Trent, it becomes a weapon.
Or it's also become a deterrent for the midfielders that he spent a whole bunch of money. Because I'll give you an example.
Oh, come on.
And I'll give you an example. Like that's why I said when it works perfectly. It's flawless. When it doesn't, it's very annoying because you give out chances, and the person like Trent that you're talking about sometimes just do the same thing over and over, which is what Zuberi was saying. Certain things he does, we love it. Certain things he does, which are great, but we're still like, bro, what are you doing? Manchester United, right? Because that's the classic game where we inverted left and right side and nothing happened. Yes, they did what they had to do. But a lot of times, it's better if the manager chooses when to invert. Even with Gomez, sometimes Gomez will invert and people won't really recognize it. Sometimes he will just sit there, let the other side take care of it. That's what I'm saying, right? It's not about
is it Klopp's tactics that you have an issue with, or is it?
Sometimes it's yes. A lot of times it's Klopp's. A lot of times it's Klopp tactics.
I got a
question.
question.
A lot of times it's Klopp tactics. I just want to hear you say it.
A lot of times it's
I got a question for you, man. Man. And even in the chat, yes or no? So I looked at a quote from Klopp, and it was like, "Yo, there's 5,000 ways to win a football game. You just have to find one."
Which one? Yeah.
With the injuries, do you man think Klopp will find the right one? Yes or no?
I mean, I would say yes because he's been doing it. It's not like we have a.
I'm gonna assume you're gonna say yes. Klopp will find the right one as well.
Yeah, he has been doing. Yeah. That's why I'm confused by his argument, because tactically, most people have said that he's been really brilliant this year tactically. He's gotten through a lot of situations tactically this year.
You know why?
But yet we're saying that.
You know why? Because
I want to hear you say we can rewind the tape, but you did say it was a tactics problem.
Yeah, because Klopp of the old will never change. He will stick to the same tactics to make sure that it works.
Quasi, I feel like you're living in the past, bro.
No, I'm just saying. I'm going based on what he just said. I'm just going by what he said. But now,
even the question I asked you should defeat the entire injury conversation, because
that's why I say
injuries will happen. If you trust the manager to find the one, I mean, even if it's Adrian in goal, because based on that game, Adrian is the right guy. Even if you don't like it, bro, if we win, you know what I mean? Just move from it and be like, yo, it is what it is. Because like you said, the next man up, Klopp just have to find the right guy in the right position in the pitch, use the right tactics to get the best out of that guy, or use the right tactics so we're not carrying that guy. Then we win the game. So even, to Crab earlier question, like, yo, we're going to still go for the quad with the injuries. Bro, I'm not gonna say I'm trusting Klopp 100%, because what he did against Arsenal, I still don't understand why.
Curtis I've still heard of those ones. I'm not gonna lie, that one hurt.
So 12 men, to your point, you are right. 25 games, he got one wrong. I think it was Arsenal. He might have not gotten it wrong, because I think it was like a last minute thing with the Bradley thing, and that threw him off. And he even confessed and said, "Yo, as long as it's not an hour before the game, and we can at least run one session with the boys, because they're all good on the ball." That's his word for word what he said. He was like, yo, we'll be fine, but if it's like last minute, then it's really tricky. And I think the Arsenal one was last minute. So if it's last minute, it's like, man, it's really tough. So with the next man up, I feel like if Klopp goes, okay, for this game, it's going to be, let's say, Kwanzaa, VVD, and Gomez. If that's the lineup he slept on and trained on, and all of a sudden, Gomez can't make it because,
Gomez got sick that game, right?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, him adjusting last minute has never really worked, and we've seen it even with Thiago went out for that final in the warm-up. I think it was the final.
Happened with one day, because what was the game? Ali got sick.
Yeah, even Naby Keita coming off the pitch 35 minutes in a moment when he was really relying on Naby. So there's like moments that we have to allow him some grace. Back in the past, I wasn't really giving him much grace, but we have to, bro. Like, if we trust him, man, let's just trust the next man up, man.
No, this one.
Wow,
it is what it is.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just saw Paul's comments. Are we about to bring up
this one?
Yeah.
What city game after? What this?
Wow. That would be next. That would be some next. that'd be next man up, but that'd be
That's extreme.
Nah.
No, I got you.
Paul. Nah.
We got
You see you, Paul. Nah, you see Paul. Yeah. You see Paul. Yeah.
He said, "I'm tired of work."
Yeah.
I'm tired of
Well,
work.
you worded it right. You worded it right because that's what I'm getting.
But we do have a kid who
into
could
that.
play. What's his name?
No. Allow the kid thing, fam, because the kid comes in and costs us that FA Cup. I'm fuming, bro.
Yeah,
Put Adrian in there. We need man fresh.
we need Kelleher to stay fit. So
You see how Klopp's been rotating well this season. Some
Yeah.
people in October, November was like, "Yo, he's rotating too much. These men can't even get a chance to settle."
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I didn't hear that one. Yeah, it's really.
No. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm on the spaces more than you, man, but on YouTube and some of the comments I'm watching, man was like, "Yo, yeah, he's rotating too much." I think it was a show with Ends. He was doing a show.
I remember. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. And he has the
we're
same
like, "Yo,
people.
what's-
Because he's one of the top. He's one of the top 3 coaches that rotates the most. His average for rotating.
Yeah, bro. I think So no, but back then we were rotating the most in November. We was like at the top at that,
Which was beautiful because we never
Yeah,
seen
anyone have a problem with it? Everyone was
bro. They
playing.
had a problem. Yeah,
People had a problem. Remember,
the man them can't settle. They was saying the man them
Zuberi's
can't
right.
settle.
Zuberi's right.
But I was
remember this
praising it.
argument.
I was praising it, but then
I remember that.
the man them can't even settle. Like up until November, there was a lot of players that never seen 90 minutes.
Mhm.
Right.
Never seen 90 minutes. Like it took December for even Gravenberch to hit 84. Like some men just never see 90 minutes. So people are like, "Yo, nah, he's rotating way too much. I don't know about this." But what I'm trying to say now is now that we don't have Allison, and it's not about keeping your keeper fresh or nothing like that, but you still don't want to burn them out. You know what I mean?
No, but and that's what my argument was said. That's why I was.
But yeah, he ain't trying to see it. Me too, man. It's like,
yeah, that's what my argument was when 12 men were saying. That's why I said this year, this is the year that we've seen Klopp done so many different things compared to his former years. Former years, he stick to the same plan. He barely even made subs. After complaining that he wanted 5 subs. This year,
the guy asked for 5 subs, and then first of all, he asked for 5 subs, complained about 5 subs.
Yeah.
Then even when he got 5 subs, he didn't play 5 subs.
No, but he couldn't use 5. No.
At that time, he didn't have no players.
So I get it.
No, but 12, he couldn't use 5 subs. We didn't have 5 subs to use. There's a difference between having 7 men on the bench and 7 men you can actually use.
Yeah.
Because
you know the funny thing
majority of last season, there was 3 kids on the bench.
Zuberi, guess who's in the same predicament now?
Pep is in that same position.
Pep is in that same predicament now.
But he don't trust none of them.
He doesn't trust them. Oscar Bob, he forced it.
No. He trusts Oscar Bob in moments.
I like Bob.
Oscar Bob Bob? No, it's not a diss. No, it's not a diss to Bob. It's about having Origi on the bench, but don't use him. It's not like they got.
I say rate, not like, I don't know, for our UK audience. I say rate, but
I mean, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is
there was a discussion. So how about this then? Would you say? Would you rather have Foden or would you rather have Saka?
Foden
or Saka? Who's the better player?
As a starter,
Foden or Saka?
It's tricky for me.
Who are we playing against?
No. It's tricky for me. Here's why I say it's tricky for me. Foden for me is like
he's a utility. I can use him almost anywhere. Saka, maybe right back or left back, and then after that, just that side. But
I've seen Foden come in a game and dictate it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Saka
you see what I mean?
So put it like this. Lampard plays in a game and becomes man of the match, but he didn't dictate the game.
Did anything.
Right.
There was a man dictating the game, and he used, you know what I'm trying to say? Lampard go out to get a brace and that trick in the late runs. But Lampard wasn't really dictating that game. For me, that's what Saka is. Where Foden is the guy. Foden can come in and dictate the game, but Haaland end up man of the match. So for me, I'll go Foden. Foden can come in the game and dictate that.
I would choose Foden.
I've never seen Saka dictate a game.
Go
tell me the game where Saka dictates.
Yeah, I choose Foden.
If you're picking Saka, Just let me know which game he dictated.
You know what's funny about it is, I heard this discussion, and I started thinking about it. And originally, I was a Foden. I was like Foden.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts because I don't really like Gooners, but Saka is a solid shout because Saka has put that team on his back before.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Foden put City on his back and carry them. Now they might not have won anything in the very, very end and everything else. But then again, Foden's never had to do that ever.
No. But 12. Let me give you another example. Think of West Ham. Right? I want you to think of West Ham. Really think about West Ham. You have Mikel Antonio through the middle. You got Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen was getting a lot of praise, but there was
Bowen's
never
a good player. I rate Bowen. I rate Bowen though.
No. But here's the thing though. The point I'm trying to land is Bowen never really dictated those games.
Mm-hmm.
He was just at the end causing a lot of problems. So for me, Saka's like the tip of the spear. Do we need a tip of the spear? No, we have too many tips of the spear already. We need man that can come in and dictate the game.
Mm.
So the dictator don't necessarily carry the team on the back.
If it's not for us, then who's the better player then?
Better player, I'll still go Foden because, like I said, you can be the dictator. You can be the dictator of a game, but you're not the guy with the team on the back. Because guess who's going to be the guy with the team on the back? The guy who's finishing the chances.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say? You say, so think about the Newcastle game. Are you going to tell me Nunes came on and dictated that game? Or Nunes came in and put the team on his back?
Game changer.
But Saka. Sorry, I can't believe I'm defending.
No. It's not about you defending.
No, I know.
Well, you do understand the context of what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
it's like Rashford putting Manu on his back, but Rashford wasn't dictating the game.
Oh no, I get it. No, I get that.
What I'm saying about Saka. Saka is the same thing. He carried Arsenal. You're right. He did put Arsenal on his back.
He put him on his back. Yeah.
But I've seen Foden dictate the game. It's not the same. It's not the same level. It's two argument points, right?
I get what you're saying.
So putting the team on the back is going to be higher than dictating the game because no one gets praise for dictating the game. You see what I'm trying to say? If you dictate the game, but your striker gets 4 goals, they're going to leave the game talk about the 4 goals the striker got. Only a football purist will tell you, like, yo, you see that game Haaland scored 4 games? Yo, Foden was running things. Only a real football guy would really appreciate that. It's like the genie stuff. Being press resistant and being silent.
No, I get that. I can agree with that. Yeah.
So when you zoom out, you're gonna go for the guy at the end. You know, like the soccer, like you said, put Arsenal on his back because when Arsenal needed him, he was there. But I've seen Foden come in and dictate the game, and I'm just like, even Rodri is City's dictator. They just don't have a facilitator for the striker without KDB. And they're trying to make Foden be that facilitator.
But that's not his game.
Foden is more the dictator.
But can I say this then? If you were to transpose the 2 players on the 2 teams, right? Do you think that you'd have the same results? Do you think that you would have the same opinion that you're saying right now? Because Saka on City would be a cheat code. But
because they don't have a right winger. So that's he
but Foden going to
Foden won't play. He won't be a right winger.
Yeah,
Foden will be doing what Odegaard is doing right now.
Foden will be doing what Odegaard is doing.
Foden will be doing what Odegaard is doing.
He's not the one that you can then say, hey, carry this team on your back.
Yeah, but Tolman, guess what will happen? Guess what will happen? When he goes to Arsenal, he will be Odegaard.
Yeah, he's that's what I'm trying to say.
That's what he's saying.
He's a better Odegaard. Okay.
So if you ask me which one I'll go for,
or younger
if you ask me right now, Odegaard or Saka, who's more important? I'm gonna say Odegaard.
Wow. Okay.
So
I will admit that I do.
No, I'm talking about for the team.
I'm talking about just for the team. Rated Odegaard a little bit higher since
you want Saka because he reminds you of Mane. So you're thinking in a subconscious way, they are the same. Because this is the thing, the reason why I'm choosing Foden most of the time. Saka is very easier to defend Saka than Foden. Saka, you just have to watch him go. Joey did it. I'll just leave it at that. Joey showed us how to defend him.
What?
So, man, I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, wow. That's a smack. That's a Joey smack.
No. I said Joey showed us how to defend Saka.
Yeah, you gotta be top. You gotta be top notch.
No, it's not
Look,
about being top
don't
notch. It
get
was simple.
twisted,
It
Joey.
was
I'm
just
saying top notch. That's the reason why you're
No, no, no.
I'm not gonna go over the top like Joe.
I'm not talking notch, but
Still.
sometimes football, football is nicer when he plays simple. It's just cerebral. Joey knew this guy is quick. He knows how to dribble, but he's very dangerous where on his left side. So what am I going to do? Cover that left side, go to the right. Do whatever you want on the right. It's simple.
This is the reason why
It's just
I
because Joey
mentioned.
is right.
This is the reason why I
It's the
mentioned it.
same thing with Tomiyasu locked up Salah. When you have a
Right.
right-footed guy defending a left-footed
Right.
guy, it's
Yeah.
kind of easy. It's
Absolutely.
like a cheat code against that. But 12, I got
Yeah.
a question because if I'm thinking about Foden and who he reminds me of,
Mhm.
it's David Silva, right?
Mhm.
When you think of
Mhm.
Saka,
Mhm.
who does he remind you of?
Mhm.
I will put an early shout in my early days of rating Saka to Gareth Bale, but one thing Saka haven't really did was hit the ball the way Gareth Bale hit the ball.
Those knuckleballs.
Yeah. So because he doesn't
You're
have that, for
talking
me,
obviously just his play then, because you're not talking. It's like, yeah, because Bale's more has a bet. It's more physical and everything else than
yeah.
Saka.
So for me, Saka is still. I think somebody might have said it in the comments that he's not ready yet because for Arsenal he's good, but I don't know if he can be that for other
And
teams.
I'll even say this. I'll even go this far. They brought him in too quickly. Foden has been there for a very long time. I remember I used to listen to TalkSport a lot, and the TalkSport commentators like, why is Pep trying to destroy Foden? Foden needs to play. He's very good. Da 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 da. That's why Sancho left and went to Dortmund because he's good enough. Blah blah blah. And Pep took his time with Foden. Took his time with Foden. With Arsenal, maybe because they didn't have the opportunity to take a time, right? So they push out Saka. And when they push him out, this kid is talented. He's great. And they overuse him. And you could see the burnout, especially this season. You could see certain times, like almost in the middle of the season, you could tell the boy had no more legs. He would take a dribble, can shoot. He would be right in front of goal, hit the birds, right? But Foden,
Saka's been playing what, right wing 3 seasons now, and he's never hit 20 goals.
and he's the don on that team. That's what I'm saying. You see, so Foden,
I don't know. All right, so how about this then, real quick then? Let me get this last shot. Saka, Foden, both on the market. Let's say they're both 65 million for some odd reason, right? It's not nothing, but the bargain price. That's the price that Liverpool even likes to buy at, right? Are you buying Saka
for Liverpool,
or are you buying Foden?
Foden.
I'm going Foden because I can't tell you the last guy I see Saka dribble pass.
12 man can't figure it out. That's why I told you. 12 man is looking at Saka. It's like, this is Mane on the right side.
12. I'll humor you.
No, I'm talking about a
Liverpool.
goon.
I'll take him. No.
I'm talking about a gooner.
I'll take him.
Like, I don't like the 115, but I mean, like, still.
We'll take him. We'll take him because our winger is days a number. So I'll take him. But what I'm trying to tell you, Foden is a beast, bro.
You said if I have money for both, if I have money for both, I'm taking with them both. Yes. But if you say pick one,
my words.
You find money for both.
I
got you.
Saka ain't touching Foden's legacy.
Yeah. Find money for both in real world, you're talking like 200, 300 million. Yeah.
Yeah. If you like right now, you said 65, 70, right? And I have
Right.
100 and 150 somewhere chilling. Yes, I'll take them both because both of them will give me something different. But if you say no, bro, you got 80 million, you better use it wisely. You still need a right back. I'm gonna go get Foden and go get the right back.
I just think that I go with Saka. I understand the Foden comments. I understand the director of the football and everything, but Foden is and would be the most heir apparent right wing to Salah, and that's why Foden's appeal to me is so. Yeah, absolutely.
You say, didn't I tell you? That's where his bias is coming from. He's looking at it from
Saka and Salah. Excuse me.
No. I understand you, but here's this thing that I want to bring to your memory, 12 man.
Right.
I've never seen Foden disappear in 45 minutes, and I've seen Saka disappear in many 45 minutes. Foden is always in the game. Bro, I remember there was a time.
No,
bro,
but
let me tell you. No,
unfortunately,
let me tell you.
He
Foden
scores
isn't
big
always
time
in the game.
goals. Foden
Saka
scores
is always
big
in the
time
game.
goals.
That's
No,
the
no, no,
difference.
no, no, no,
Saka is
no.
always in the game, as in like
Let me
his
even
the
give you
name
a
is on the
joke.
list.
Let me
Foden's
even
not in
give you a
every
joke.
game.
Saka is so much out of the game. The VAR guys didn't even see him in one of the shots.
I don't know about that.
And you said I was taking
I
shots.
didn't see that one, but
This
I
guy-
will
and
look
you
for
were
That
that.
was
saying I
against
taking
us.
shots.
I will
No, that
look
was
for
against
that.
us.
I will look.
That was against us. He was
wait.
offside.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
bro.
talking about last. Okay.
Yeah, but even
Okay, yeah, that's true.
even
That's
last season when
I
he
thought
played
you
at
meant this year.
Anfield, even last season when he played against Anfield, he was on smoke for the first 35 minutes.
What big
We
game
ain't
have
seen
you
him
seen?
since.
What big game have you seen him play where you'd be like, wow, this is that guy? Foden has played a lot of big games, scored a lot of big important goals.
Foden dictates that.
And Saka has played more games than Foden, I believe.
Wow. Okay.
Because he's been there longer.
Where are you playing?
No.
Where are you playing Foden? By the way, where are you playing him then? You
If
guys
I bring-
just bought Foden. I said
Oh,
I'm gonna go.
Liverpool? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Where are you playing
Let me
Foden?
see. Let me see.
Yeah. You just bought him 65 million or
He could
130
play the
million.
left wing. He could play the left wing. He could play the right wing. He could play Soboslai's position. He could play Gravenberg's position. As a matter of fact, you could put him into a double pivot.
Where are you starting him?
You told me where I'm playing. I'm telling you, I have
I
ample
know, I
of
said, where are you
positions.
starting him?
Right now?
No, Foden has to be
Where are you starting?
10 position.
I'll put him on the left.
So
Nah,
you've
put
got
him-
us
put him
now
on the
going to a
right.
4-2-3-1.
If I go 4-2-3-1?
No. That's what that has by saying he goes into the 10. But
If he goes
where do you
4-2-3-1,
play
yes, a
Foden?
10, easy.
Who does
Easy.
Foden? You got Foden. Who does he replace on this roster?
Szoboszlai.
So what's the like? That's what I said.
So you're moving him to
Right side
as
A.
a-
Right
as the
side.
Right side
right
A.
side A.
Yeah, right side A. That's
Put
what
it
I
like
was
this, though. Put it like this. Put it like this, though. Put it like this. Hear me out, right? Because
Yeah,
I think we're
yeah,
just
I'm
focused on the
definitely
11.
I'm definitely
All right.
listening to
right.
this.
So think about this, right?
Yeah.
So we have Saka, we got Salah, we got Szoboszlai, and we got Foden, right? That's the 4 players, and I'm giving you 2 right wings, right?
Mhm.
Foden comes on that game and do more than Elliott, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I'm not confident if Salah isn't working, bringing on Saka do much. Because like I said, Salah biggest criticism from me is he ain't really twinkle toes in the mandem anymore. So if you have a guy that's not twinkle toes in man, and then you bring on the next guy, and the next guy, he ain't twinkle toes in no one either. What's the point of bringing on Saka? That's where I'm gonna leave it. But I can guarantee you, if you take Szoboszlai off and bring on Foden, problems.
It could be. But where we just said you just bought the player. Where are you starting? We're not buying.
But you just told us. We just told you.
No, but that's where I'm starting him. But no, but that's where I'm starting him.
Player and sit him on the bench. Where are you
Do
starting?
you start him over Salah?
You said you're
start
going
him
to
over
take
Salah?
out Dom. Either you find a new place for Dom, and now you have to move someone else to the
But
bench,
see, this is the thing.
or you are
You
having
could play
a situation
11
where
people. You want to play all your best players at once. You can't do that. Because right now, if you bring Saka in, who are you taking out?
who am I taking out for Saka? Saka's not starting.
But you said we have to start it. Why are you telling us to start Foden, but you don't want to start Saka?
He
That's
shouldn't
not
start.
fair.
If we had Salah, sure, because that's probably not going to happen. But he's going to have to integrate it somehow. And I would still go for Saka because Saka is going to eventually be the replacement to Salah. Foden's not replacing Dom at the right mid spot. But who's Foden going to be the starter? That's what I'm saying. If it came down to it, and Salah says goodbye at the end of this year, then yes.
But you've also forgot that Foden could also play the left.
Dom's not saying goodbye. That's my point.
But,
none of the players you're talking about saying goodbye.
You see how
losing these players.
Zubair, you see how unfair he is.
No.
You see how unfair he is. He changed the whole context. I'm gonna get Saka because Salah is leaving. You guys can get this guy back.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Years. I don't care. I'm still going Saka.
All right, 12. Let me ask you this, and let's not talk too loud because I don't want to see him pop up in the chat.
Right.
Master Crab is telling you
Foden for Diaz ain't even a bad shot.
Now we're gonna Rasta Crabs. Now we see Rasta Crabs agenda. I got you.
No, but 12. Foden for Diaz ain't even a bad shot.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. That's why I said that.
the only man I'll back down
No.
for
Say it again. Say it again. Say so he can hear you. Say so he can hear you.
Yo, what's understood don't need to be said. I'm not gonna speak loudly because certain man's behind you.
We're speaking the silence, right? We're speaking codes.
Foden over Diaz ain't even a bad shout.
The left eight. He can still play left eight.
Wow.
Nah, you're stepping on the Curtis Defense League toes with that comment. I'm not joining that.
I understand, but England picks Foden over Curtis.
Ooh. And
I'm
the
just
plot
saying.
thickens, 12. The plot thickens.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Rasta Crab, don't be snitching either, man. And bringing the news in that to certain Asian Chris in that.
Wow.
Is
Here
this
to
a
talk.
suggestion?
It's good.
So let me get this right. 12 men.
Won't forget.
12 men. So this is why you're telling me, I mean, and everybody in the LFC kingdom, you're gonna bring Saka and sit him on the bench for 2 more years before you let him start. Is that what you're saying?
I'd rather do that than go with Foden. Because I think Saka has you're right about the minutes and everything else. Yeah, cool. One way to basically be able to temper him and get him down to playing the minutes so that we can get the most out of the player is by doing that. So he's going to have to take on that role. Foden doesn't have to take on that role. Foden shouldn't take on that role. He should be a starter. If you're going to go with Foden, cool. But find the starter position for him.
But see, there's the thing, though.
There's really no other starter position.
I'm not spending 65 to 70.
He's not beating out Diaz. He's not.
Quasi,
Stop.
you know what's funny?
He's not beating out. He's not beating out Dom. Stop. He's not.
But why would I go get Saka when Saka can't even Bendok?
this
Saka might
time-
not even get past Bendok.
What's
No,
that?
no,
What-
no,
what
no.
about
I can
that?
put Jota on the right side.
No, we ain't
What?
taking this conversation
I know.
serious.
What?
I'm just.
Let's
That's
get
the
real.
second Ben
So-
Doak reference. That's the second Ben Doak reference.
I'm with
What
Rasta
is
Crab,
it?
man.
12 man, let me pitch something to you, 12 man. 'Cause,
I mean, Jota can play the right
Saka-
side. You gotta choose Saka over Jota on the right side.
Diego's not playing the right side. Why would he play the right
What
side?
do you mean? He's
not
not playing the right
He
side.
only starts there. Our front,
What?
Our front, he really only starts. No, I said our front three is a fluid formation. So there's times where Diego might start on the right because we've seen it. We've seen Nunez start in.
So why would I go get Saka when I can?
Quasi, let him line, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna say something to him after you finish.
Okay, so yes, it is a fluid movement information. I already know where you're going to go because you're going to say
No.
He boxed himself. He boxed himself.
I already know it.
He boxed himself. Continue. I apologize. Continue,
This
12 man.
goalpost to
No,
the corner flag.
no.
If you move this
No.
goalpost to the corner,
I know
flag,
he's been moving the goalpost. There's like 4 fields he's
do
been playing on
not
right now.
move this goalpost to the
No,
right corner.
I apologize.
Because
12 man, please
Saka
continue.
cannot play nowhere else in that front three. You do not trust Saka through the middle. You don't trust Saka on the left. So you're gonna break up the fluid front three just to move the goalpost to the right corner flag to please Saka. I don't think that's gonna work, though. 12, think about it. Just
40 can play anywhere.
I'm thinking because I'll be honest, it's not difficult to leave a gooner behind. Let me tell you that right now.
But he's just not fluid. He's not fluid, 12. He's very one-dimensional. And you know me and the word one-dimensional. The last thing I want is to have 9 years of a fluid front three and go get me a Anthony type of Saka type of guy that we can't use nowhere else. He's just boxed out over there. Now we're moving the goalpost to the right corner flag to please.
I'll give you that.
That's what we're saying. And 40
I'll
can
give you
play
that.
across the
I'll give
front
you that.
three and the middle 2-8
Foden
With
is a
ease.
different beast.
with ease.
Foden's a beast. He is a beast.
Saka is Saka is a bad boy.
Saka, I think if we did have Klopp, I would like to see what Klopp could do with Saka because I think he could possibly teach him how to play a fluid system. And I think that's the only difference. That's the only difference that we're seeing is that I get it. The talent is there that he
Didn't I tell you,
can go in different spots. I understand that he's been utilized in different spots.
Didn't I tell you?
Saka's been a right wing.
12 man is looking at Saka.
I'm just saying, we have. I was gonna say, Diaz left wing he's been able to progress into a full.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would rather get this guy than Saka.
Who this?
Yes. all day, every day, twice on Sunday.
Wow. All right.
You know, there's chances of
Wow.
Saka being the next Harry Kane with just an FA Cup.
Look,
Let's
that's
be
the
honest.
best-
Let's be
no,
honest.
That's the
That's
best
true.
thing for us. Look, that's the best thing for us because look, Saka will want to leave Arsenal if that happens. And I'm hoping it does happen.
I'll spend 45 million to go get Kudus. He is stronger. He is faster.
Goodness.
Listen,
Oh,
Quasi.
goodness.
I'm just
Where's
saying,
Kudos from? Where's
Wow.
Kudos from?
just because it's
Wow.
from Ghana doesn't mean I'm
I
being
want this on
biased.
record.
Okay,
then.
Quasi,
I'm just-
allow
I'm
the Black
not being
Star saying
biased.
that. Nah, Quasi, allow the Black Star.
So, Saka is from Nigeria. There's no bias in this. But so, Ravi is asking a question. He said, the front three, who replaces Jota? Salah is back, right?
Yeah, Salah's back. That's
No, well, no. I heard the report was it's. I don't know. You just gotta wait and see with Salah. For initially I heard that he wasn't gonna play. Then while today when I was online, I heard that he was gonna play, and then
Who? Salah?
just recently, yeah, Salah. Now I just heard that he's back out. That there was an announcement that he's back out. These lineups you don't know
Tomorrow.
that Nunez and Salah are still a doubt. Like it's still up in the air.
Yeah, let's
Either
talk
Nunez-
about it. And I was talking about it earlier. Klopp in the press conference never mentioned those two. Even in
Right.
the embargo, nothing
because
came
they're
out
on the
from them.
doubtful list. They're not out, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah,
It's like it's like a day evaluation on that.
but I don't know why people are worried. We could play Elliot over there. He did it against West Ham and did
No.
very well. And he played very well.
I'm telling you, I'd like to
The manager
see.
just have to change a few tactics and a few tweaks, and we good.
Mhm.
I don't know why people don't be worried, people. This is what the man makes money.
you know, even the same thing I explored when we play Elliot, right?
Mhm.
It's not the same tool, but you see what I'm saying? The one-dimensional thing. Elliot through the middle doesn't quite work.
Mm-mm.
Elliot on the left doesn't quite work. So when we play certain players, and that's why I don't even want to lease it.
Mhm.
So the way we've been playing over the past 9 years, there's a lot of fluidity, a lot of utility, man, a lot of people that's really good on the ball, but they're only good on the ball in certain places on the pitch. And that's a problem. So that's why I think Elliot isn't really trusted, like an actual trusted starter, because he's, the tackling issue. Can't use the right foot issue. He's always cutting in. I've seen Elliot with green grass in front of him and cuts it back. Why? Doesn't trust his right foot. I've seen Robert do the same thing. Doesn't trust the right foot. So when we have these players, if they're not Salah level, where we can be like, yo, at least he's there for the pens, at least he's there for the breaks. You know what I'm trying to say? At least he's there, to cause problems. You're rolling the dice. And if we're in that rolling the dice moment, you're going to just bring back all the same concerns the fans have. Like, yo, can we really go all the way? Because we're just rolling the dice. We can't be rolling the dice. So I feel like Saka would be a roll of the dice. But he's doing well for Arsenal, but none of Arsenal players are really like stand out, blazing up the league. Martinelli, we've seen kids pocket Martinelli.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Trossard ain't even given free reins over there yet. They don't have a prolific striker that can scare anybody. The team scares people, but they don't have like that one guy where like, yo, we got to watch this guy. They don't quite have that.
Which sometimes it helps them more.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying about Elliot. Look, I understand that Elliot is a choice where, I called him a super sub earlier, and I think that he is. Like, he brings out a real shot of adrenaline. He's the 20, 30 minutes that he gets on the field, he makes a difference. There's games he's made differences, and important games. I can't stress enough that important games, important goals, important contributions have to be like really acknowledged. And with Elliot, you get that from him, albeit you're going to more likely get it from right midfielder as opposed to right wing. Okay. But I've been actually mulling over this idea of maybe even why not try Gravenberch in that right wing? Now, hear me out. Because Gravenberch has played right wing before, because I'm not just throwing a player into a position I haven't seen Klopp put him in for. And we talked about Saka trying to get a run. Well, like that's the minutes that he was getting would have probably been the minutes that Saka would be getting. And Salah is always going to start, but he's possibly not going to start this game. Gravenberch is a better introduction to the right wing than Elliott is. And I'd rather see him as a right mid if we necessarily have to play these players. I'm not saying either one should start. I'm not saying that's the ideal position for Gravenberch, but we're in a position of who do we put in this right wing?
You know what the issue there, 12. The issue is where we are in.
And I get Hackbo could be a resource, but yeah, we're most likely going to have him as center forward if Nunez is out as well.
You remember when Gakpo went into the 8? You remember when Gakpo went into the 8? I think it'll be the same effect with Gravenberch as a right wing because he'll be new over there for Liverpool, so he's gonna have to learn it on the fly.
Oh man,
but
that's another role of the
against Luton. I'm not looking for him to be technically beautiful. I'm looking for him to be athletic and be able to get past the defenders. Because I
want you just give Kai Porter.
So we utilize another player that can bring chaos to the front line. Just for maybe one game, just get us to the cup game finally. But if it's that, I'm cool with that roll of the dice, if you want to call it. I'm cool with throwing that wild card in, especially not utilizing the fact that I'm fine if Elliott does play there, but I don't necessarily. But I would rather see Gravenberch play there.
Why don't you do
Elliott as a right midfielder?
Why don't you go 4-2-3-1 and instead of expanding your wingers?
No, that's too much.
It's not happening.
No, Tolman is trying to do minimum changes, but do the thing that works. And even Klopp said, yo, most of these men, they're good on the ball. I've never really thought about it 12. I'm gonna let it slide. You know why I'm gonna let it slide? Klopp done some things where I'm like, bro, what the hell are you doing? And it worked. And I'm like, raw.
And it works.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna have to let that slide. So Gakpo in the 8. I said Gakpo can play in the 8 before we even signed him. I never expect Klopp to.
I didn't see that coming too, by the way. I didn't see that
one. I never saw that one coming. But
I didn't even know. Yeah. I thought
some people were asking.
I didn't see it coming. I was just elaborating the same way you're elaborating on Saka. I do the same thing with the players that I've watched. Like if I see Saka play through the middle, I'll come here and I'll back the thing, and I'm like, yeah, nah, man, I've seen him through the middle. He's all right. I've seen Gakpo on the left, and I've seen him as a number 9, and I'm like, bro, what he does on the left and as a 9, dropping deep. As long as you drop deep, you can play on any one of the 8 position. Right. So I was just making that argument based off the 2 position I've seen him play. When Klopp did it, I'm like, bro, I said it, but I didn't. That wasn't like first choice for me. So
you're starting down like 4-2-3-1, but
Quasi, listen, Liverpool fan been saying 4-2-3-1 since 2010.
I know, bro. I know. As soon as I hear 4-2-3-1, I'm like, okay, what were you saying, Sabiri? Okay, go with your point. Stop.
No, because this is the thing.
Dude, you want me to zone out? Say 4-2-3-1 again. Watch me zone out. Start looking at the geckos.
Ravi said, as much as we like Apple, can we rely on him to really be consistent when it comes down to it? Well, just like we were saying earlier, next man up. It's his chance. We won't know it until he takes it.
Asian Cody.
Yeah, he came in and actually had a good game.
He had a good game, yeah.
Yeah.
The consistent piece is it's funny. We all have this stick that we can beat all the players with. Trent, the defensive thing, the defensive awareness as a midfielder, Gakpo, consistency, Nunes, composure, Salah, beating a man. It's like all of our players got this one stick that we can hit him with. And I feel like the first go-to is to actually hit him versus trusting him. I don't want to be like, top right him like, yo, trust the man them in that. Quasi, I'm not trying to see Kate Gordon, fam. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not trying to see men like next door. I'm not trying to see.
He's an option. He's another option. He's another option.
He got pace. That's all you need.
Would you rather see Kate Gordon or would you rather see Gravenberch at right wing?
I'll probably go Gravenberch. I'm not gonna lie, 12 man. I've never thought of that, bro. And the fact that you said it, because here's the thing, he's trying to find his place in the team.
Yeah.
Most people won't trust him over Curtis. All right, Curtis is out. Most people won't trust him over Szoboszlai. So he still haven't made none of the 8 position his. Okay, what if we try him out there on the right, like you said, maybe even on the left and put Diaz over there? We can try something because he still doesn't have. It's like Gakpo. When Gakpo first come here, he never had his position. Gravenberch is going through the same thing. He doesn't have a position.
How about as simple as this?
That we're using.
How about as simple as this? With the same player, Dom, that we're speaking of, there was a time when we used him on the left wing, right? in the cup. There was a cup game that we used, moved Dom to left wing. Why not do something where we move Gravenberch to the right wing? That's simple. Like guys,
Yeah,
I
in,
think it comes down to who goes in the
Gravenberch,
8 then, but who goes in the 8 12? You put Elliott
Gravenberg, you're
behind
not
him.
gonna get anything with him. That's why I
no,
kept
no,
telling
no. For
you.
this, wait.
On
Nah,
the
nah,
wing-
pause, you can't say that. Nah, nah.
On the
Putting
wing, you're not
Gravenberch
gonna
over
get
there
anything
leaves
from
the
him.
middle open.
Who?
Because the middle right now is Hendo, McAllister, and Gravenberch. So if you take Gravenberch and put him right wing, who goes in the 8?
And that's what I was saying. He would
So if
not
you put Elliott in there, then who comes off the bench? If it's my boy Clark, I'm excited, but
Mhm.
that's another roll of the dice.
Yeah.
How do we avoid penalties with Chelsea? We score more goals.
How do we avoid pens against Chelsea?
Score more goals.
I tell you what.
Tell us more, Nostradamus. Tell us more. Tell us more.
How do we avoid pens? Kelleher stands up. I think Kelleher is the one that needs consistency as well.
He's been tomorrow.
He has moments, but they always follow up with a goal, and I'm just like, bro, can you just get yourself a clean sheet?
But some
goalkeepers get themselves a clean sheet.
You make me
like the
feel
team
bad
lets
that
them down.
I predicted a 3-1. You make me feel bad. I said 3-1 tomorrow, but
You said 3-1.
I want to see him get
you got to defend a
clean
clean
sheet
sheet.
too. I want to see him get a clean sheet.
You know
I
what
wanna
pisses me
see
off?
a
I
clean
hate when
sheet.
goalkeeper use not having a clean sheet because the team let them down. Like, bro, that's why you're there. Like, we defend from the front, defend in the midfield, we defend as defenders, but that's why we praise Alisson. Alisson can dig out a clean sheet for himself. We let him down in most cases. All of Alisson clean sheets is probably us letting them down. Let's be honest.
I agree.
Right.
Too many mistakes.
Kelleher's clean sheets and not getting a clean sheets. It's not necessarily us letting them down. It's like Kelleher, the striker, did his thing. You're supposed to match that.
But we let him down the Brentford game though.
I mean, he could have parried them a little better. You know what I mean?
But he made incredible saves that game.
He made
Yeah,
that
but he didn't
mistake.
parry him the best.
No.
He didn't parry him the best.
He made some incredible saves that game. He made some incredible saves. I want to say he made a really good save in the Fulham, and he made a really good save even
against us. Was it Arsenal?
Even in the final, in one of the finals, he
Against Chelsea.
Mount.
Yeah.
Mount. Early days, he dug that one
I
out.
thought it was like a Europa. I want to say it's a Europa game or something. He let up 2 goals, I think, but he ended up still having a good game where he made some really good saves. And I want to say it might have been against like Lask or the game that we got scored on a bunch. But he's Kelleher. This is the time for Kelleher. This is the time for Cody. This could be the time for Gravenberch.
All of
Like
them.
those are that's the next, like the director just said, okay, the understudy's got to come in, and now
and this is what I was saying earlier.
it's time.
Next man mentality.
Are you ready for
Next
the
man.
spotlight?
Question for you, man. Right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna use Rasta crab analogy. Kelleher comes in and his gloves is just hot. I'm talking about red hot, just stop and just went up a level. Bare clean sheets and he's digging them out, right? Alisson comes back we're pulling Kelleher, or we're doing an Arsenal thing where the best keeper just keeps the glove.
Right.
Oh, earlier he asked about VVD, right?
Because that 12, let's be honest, man. Like, we want the next man up, but if the next man comes up and he's hot,
right.
we're talking about
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Because we're talking about a whole month off from Ali. So this could be a reality. A whole month off for Ali, let's say, hypothetically.
Kelleher's just hot. I'm talking about the parries.
That's a lot of games. That's the City game. That's a lot of games. Okay, a lot of important games. He gets on a run. Let's say hypothetically win all those games.
David De Gea-esque where he's winning us games.
Yes. I mean, like the save he had at Brentford or against Brentford, where he just caught it. It's like, nah, it's not going in.
Nah, he dug one out on the right as well. The one that scored, that was on the line. He dug that one out.
Yeah.
He just didn't parry like Rasta Crab said. It was kind of hot. It was on the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just, bro,
I'm like, that's a keeper that wants it. Yeah, that's a keeper that wants it. And he goes that kind of spell. Ali's fit. He wants his spot back. What's Ali's fan club saying, Mr. Quasi? What's he saying?
Oh, me? I'm biased like a mug.
No,
I'm biased like a mug. Kelleher, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. The reason why, this is the thing, and I'll tell you why.
I got your reason as well. I got your reason.
I get your reason why. I get you. The difference
between.
between the player and the goalie is the goalie could just come in and he needs just a few touches and then he's back to where he needs to be.
Nah, because you went basic. Let me go intellectual for you.
Go deeper, go deeper. Pause.
Allison, if we need a header up top, we see Kelleher going up there, we don't really know what's coming. We're like, yo, he might get on that big guy. Second point.
Old school.
How many assists does Kelleher get for Liverpool? And he's played a lot of games where Ali, you know that ball over the top, Ali got in the locker. So for me, what Ali offers going forward would be the only deciding factor.
Who would you say is better with their feet then? Because I think Kelleher might be better at his feet than Allison.
He just released the ball quicker. I'm be fair. He just released it quicker.
Yeah, Kelleher is better on his feet.
Yeah, when Ali release it into some dangerous area where it's like Ali gets
a risk taker.
Yeah, Ali gets assists, bro. Kelleher plays it safe, which is nothing wrong with that. But sometimes the difference in certain games, bro, it's Allison, bro, with the over the ball, Salah running on it, could be Saka running on it in the future.
You're not going to corner me with that Bradley Trent with Allison Kelleher. That was not going to happen. I'm biased. I'm no shame. Allison is coming right back in. Kelleher.
But it would be a good conversation. The same Bradley.
No, it is a good conversation.
It would be good. It would be a good.
You're not going to get the true answer because guess what we would do? We would say, well, the infield player versus the goalkeeper is very different. Two associations don't align, right? The thing is, a player is you have to keep playing and playing and playing to get you back. The goalie is different. The goalie, all he needs is one good super save and he's back to where he needs to be.
I don't know, man. Kelleher needs a couple games to get up there still because mine been.
I'm saying that's true, but per 12 months thing was if Kelleher gets to that level where we were like, brah, this guy is aesthetically, he looks like he's giving confidence to the back, the center backs, like Allison is giving. Basically, he's at Allison-esque. Do you sub it, or you keep Allison in the back?
That's a dangerous problem to have for goalkeepers because
goalkeepers is the most important thing for goalkeepers is confidence.
Yeah,
you're telling a goalkeeper that is probably on top of the world because he just won against City.
You can't tell a number one. You can't tell a number one keeper he's now number two. That's one of the biggest.
I mean, that's what Chelsea had between Thibaut and Cech.
Yeah, bro, you can't tell the number one he's the number two. You can tell the number two he's the number one.
That.
You can't
tell Arteta that then, because I mean, you're a Ramsdale fan. Why?
I don't like the way you're saying it. There's a difference between being a fan and rating a guy. Because by your logic, here's how funny this is. By your logic, right? Pre-2016, I was also a Pickford fan. By your logic. That's all I'm saying. There's a difference between rating a man. Pickford at Sunderland. I rated Pickford, bro. He went to Everton, and I'm just like, Pickford, you left me no choice here. I
one point, Karius was.
I get it. I mean, you said Pickford. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit, but I mean, still, you
said
but it's all good.
I'm talking pre-Everton days. Pre-Everton days, I rated Pickford.
How was he at Stoke or?
No, he was at Sunderland.
Sunderland.
Yeah, it was Sunderland.
Yeah,
was it Sunderland?
No, but I
mean, wherever he was at, I rated him. He went to Everton. I put the ratings down, bro. You think if Ramsdale win the Prem, I'm not gonna cut that rating down? How dare you get relegated twice with my ratings and then go win the Prem? Nah, bro, it's disrespectful.
But check this out, Foreman. You know what will happen? Because when you put Allison in and maybe he makes one or two mistakes in 2 games,
you hear the same. That's why I brought Trent out to say shh.
He will go back to the bench.
That's what Trent is saying right now. He told Siggy that. Now he's telling you that.
No.
I get my job back when I show up.
Trent. I don't want to make any more excuses for Trent. Trent is so good for us to keep downing him like that. I'm tired of it. And I brought it up on Sunday.
No, it's not about downing.
He's too good. This guy's too good for
people. People are taking it out of context. The thing is, it's not about Trent. Like even all the conversation, it's not really about Trent. It's really about Bradley, but because Bradley affects Trent, they just find a way to put it on Trent, if that makes sense.
That makes
Like
sense.
if Bradley wasn't good, bro, this would
It's not gonna
never
happen.
be a
It's gonna be
conversation.
Joey.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's why I bring up the Allison and Kelleher one, because what I'm trying to say is it's a beautiful thing when you have a guy in your squad that's giving you these conversations where you start questioning the starter. Like, let's say we bring Saka in and Salah can't dribble past no, but Saka is having a really good moment. I don't care if Salah is on.
Yeah, 12 man.
You see what I'm trying to say? So that's the type of conversation Trent is facing. It's not about Trent.
No.
Like, no one can take away what Trent is. But because Bradley is of that caliber or close to it,
Right? No, I get it. I get it. You say, so basically, you're
thank
saying
you.
that Bradley
what I
is
was
a better
saying.
player than
it's
Kelleher.
just Bradley. Yeah, Bradley closed
Bradley's
the
a
gap.
better. You're saying Bradley's a better. I want to make sure Bradley's a better
No,
player.
no,
than
no,
Kelleher.
no, 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 no,
No,
no, no, no, no. Let's say Trent is on 9, Bradley's on 8. But the thing
team
that
don't
people
drop.
can't understand is, how is Bradley on 8? Is it more Bradley on 8, or did Trent come down a level to meet Bradley? So that's where we are. We're trying to figure out. Well, not us, but people are just really having a hard time.
I guess I get what you're saying. I just rate Trent's performances, and I think Trent's performances even with some of the messed ups and the blemishes that have been in some games, that have been notable ones that like put fuel to the fire of the narratives that are out there that Trent's a bad defender. Trent can defend. I've seen him defend. I'm not saying he's world class in his defense, but I am saying that he's enough of being maybe a 7 or 7.5, maybe even closer to an 8 when it comes to and that's even pushing it maybe for defense. I still think that his 9 or 10 in offense brings that average up on that player. And do I see that same averaging out on Bradley? No, not at this point. I'm not saying he can't get there. I'm not saying that he doesn't bring us different options.
But that's the
I'm just trying to. Wait,
I was going to say, please.
But what I am saying is that Trent deserves and needs to be in that lineup because he is the star boy of our team. He is the player. He's the future. He's what makes that watch work. He's one of the most important cogs in the watch. And I get you want to move him to midfield. I get you want to that he's not, or maybe he's disposable, or maybe because you want to make room for him and there's nowhere else that you can make room for Ali, I guess. I understand that part too. Because a goalkeeper can't say, oh, go play midfield or go play striker. But all the same, Kelleher is a player that might leave next year. He might ask to leave at least, or want to leave. I mean, there's reports that he wants to be a first fiddle in the bunch, right? So if that's the case, yeah, it's a scary thought that you would say, yeah, Ali gets in, no, hands down. But a player like Trent says, I'm back, and you're going to say, no, you got to fight for your position. Like, it's not how it works.
That's what makes the team better.
That's not how it works. That's like you're saying the same for Salah. If hypothetically, let's say Saka was a part of this team, am I going to say, oh, Mo, you got to work for it. Saka.
But then remember when Klopp said the reason why he used to love Origi is because he didn't kick it fast.
Yeah, that's the reason why Bobby worked out.
You're moving the goal.
The only reason why
Origi was never that level though. So
no,
I understand to say that it's different.
If you said Bobby,
number one,
I would have said yes. Yeah. If you said Bobby, I would have said yes because Bobby was cool enough to say, "I'm not going to make a fuss." Bobby's a world-class talent. He's a very important part of our team throughout all those 5-6 years that he was at the top of his game, and he was having a little trouble staying on the pitch here or there. But he was still saying to himself, "Yeah, I'll take a seat. I'll be that."
No, I mean I do get that part, but the other side of the coin is for you to have a team that is always at that height. Everybody has a role to everybody has their role, right?
Right.
But you don't want to set it up like American sports where Draymond Green is it. Even though he's sucking, you're still starting. No, look at what they're doing to Clay right now. You see what I mean? Look at what now Clay is like, okay, I'm going to have to come off the bench.
Okay.
You don't want that style of thing because at the end of the day, you go to training, hey, 12 man is going to start anyway. It doesn't matter what I do. Unless he's injured, I'm not starting. I might get 10, 15, right? So I'm saying, yes, Salah is the done.
Mm.
Saka is right behind him. I do not want to put in Saka's head that you should just, just sit there and when we need you. No, I want you
No,
to.
you want him to fight for it, sure,
Exactly.
absolutely.
I want.
You want him to
It's not
fight
even.
for it. Yes, you can say those parts and points, but the reality of it is that yes, I'm sure there's different things like. I don't want to be a spoiler of Christmas, but so like, there's, you don't want to give away the clues about Santa Claus. I get that.
Yes.
But in reality world, we all know that Mo Salah starts when Mo Salah is fit.
Yeah, but at the same time, you also want Mo Salah to
be able to start or fit. He starts when Salah is able to. There's certain players on this team when they're fit and ready, they start. I know that you're saying they should fight, they should do this, they should do that. But the reality of it is that they don't. This is what's going to happen. The same reason why a lot of people are saying when Simicast was really doing better than Robbo in a lot of people's minds, and there was a shout for Robbo's
different. It was something different.
How was that different?
It was different. But people who are just new shiny toy will say that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, is like even if we use Robo and Simicast, I don't want Simicast to be relaxed on his laurels. I don't want what's the name Robo to also think that I'm always going to be on the line first 11, right? So everybody, even though Robo is here and Simicast is here, there's still a gap.
But Robo knows that way though. Every player wants to start.
Right.
The reason why I didn't have the reason why at first I was like that was bold, but when I actually thought about it and heard Kwanzaa say it, I was like, oh,
exactly what I was going to say. Even what's the name? I think you see what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
But and Bradley said the same. Said a very similar statement about Trent's position. Okay,
and this is exactly what
I guess mentality is always great to have, but the reality of it is that Trent's healthy. He starts. So
true, but
I'd be willing to bet. I'd be willing to friendly wager something to say that he starts when he's fit. And he'll probably start.
But guess what happened?
Goal that is an inverted position, and that's because as an inverted player, he is deadly.
But guess what will happen when Trent or Salah, because we have Saka or Robo and we have Simicast, right? Guess what happened? They never relax because even when they know if I blink wrong time, guess what? This person behind me is going to overtake me. You see what I mean? Because guess what? If Saka, for example, right, comes to Liverpool behind Salah, and then we have a little situation like we had at Chelsea where Klopp had to pull Salah out, and then Saka goes in and balls out. My friend, Salah, why are you mad at the manager for? I understand that you want to play all the time, but we want to let everybody know nobody should be comfortable. Even if you are the first person on the sheet, you should never be comfortable. And the person in behind you should also keep going and saying the manager, and which is something I love about Klopp this season, which is he will give you a chance. The previous years he won. He would just trust Mane, he trusts Salah, he trusts Bobby. Good luck, right? Now he's giving everybody a chance.
Yo, Kwanzaa on that note of giving people a chance. Yeah. Here's what I'm really entertaining.
If Kwanzaa's played, I said Kwanzaa's played left center back, he's played right center back, he's played right back. It's because he's played for VVD a couple of times now, right? But he's not going to say to himself, "Oh, I've got BVD spot."
Hey, he told Matip
injured. I understand that, and
what did he say to Matip?
That was some savage thing to say, but all the same, he's like, "It is what it is. It's reality. I'm going to make this position mine because this isn't some 3 weeks, a month and a half layoff. This person's going to be out for the entire season. I don't have a problem with those kind of statements. But players that are coming back, that's a different story. That's the,
we won't let you play.
Is that what
it's the same thing as Robo right now. You see how everybody was like, nah, Joey has to stay until Robo works his way back into the starting lineup.
Not everybody, but go ahead.
I was part of people saying
why not utilize Joey now as a this is why when these conversations come up, it does.
Wait. So you
why
were telling me
Joey? Wait, hold on. Let me just.
Yeah.
Why not use Joey as a utility player and service the mileage that we've been putting on Joey, because Joey's not someone that's had some impervious record of health. Yeah, now that we see that we can play him confidently at left back, confidently at right back, confidently at all these other positions. I'm not going to say now start at left back.
You're doing exactly what I was saying.
Starting left back that should be playing there is there. This is not happening.
You work your way back up, just like he did. Because guess what? You put him out there and we play a team and he gets found out, say that, oh, he's not ready yet. That's what the pressure is on. Same thing we did with Tsimikas. When it was time for him to get a couple games, you see how poor he was, and everybody was like, bond this guy, sell him, blah, 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 blah. And then
because
when he got
a shot, and then he warmed up, and then he played well.
Exactly. You have to work your way back. I don't care who you are. Work just like Salah. We didn't put him in the beginning. He had to, Jota had to get injured for him to come back. That's how you work it, because guess what? If you keep doing that,
you're willing to put someone in that you got to wait to get warmed up to the level that you're expecting,
because the other guy who's playing
talent that's having a bump in the road or maybe trying to get his form back.
No. This is the thing.
You're more confident in saying, I'm going to wait for that warm-up period rather than take the player that is
right back in
player to find his rhythm back or to find out how to get his game back. That's what you're saying.
So let's make sure that we say the same thing. So let's use Tsimikas and Joey and Robo, right? That left back, we know the main guys are Robo and Tsimikas. Those are the main two. Injured, they come back. Joey is balling out of control. I'm not putting you guys right back in. Joey started. You're gonna get minutes to work your way, because practice, training, fitness.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. First off, I am saying that we need to do management of playing if a player needs to be healthily put back in. I get
that's exactly what we've been saying.
Like a player like Diego, that's what we tried to do. We tried to manage his minutes. We didn't throw him in as a starter.
Even with Bradley and Trent,
a couple of times, even though he was on a hot spurt and everything else, and he should be starting, we still put him on the bench and brought him in until eventually you could not do it any longer. You had to.
That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do to Trent. That's what I'll do to Trent.
That's not happening on that case at left back with Gomez. Gomez has been a serviceable utility player.
But that's what we did.
Him as a utility player. You also manage his minutes and everything else to make sure you have that utility player to last the season.
You're forgetting that's what Klopp did. Robo first game, he got like 10, 15 minutes.
No, and I get that. No, I get that, sure.
Yeah. And then eventually
the starting role is going to be Robo's. Even though he's
if he can play, if he gets there, that's what we were saying. That's what we were saying. Right. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
But I've been trying to say that he's a starter. He's a starter.
But you have to work your way there, because let's make it so. So Robo is here, Joey is here, right? Robo gets injured, but when he comes back, he's here. You gonna take Joey out?
I'm not going to take him out if he's not up to the fitness. No, of course not.
That's my point. You have to work your way past the guy who's there right now.
Players that if they show that they're fit, you play them as starters. There's certain players that are fit. So if Salah is fit, despite the fact that he just came off an injury, you're probably going to play him because he's fit, right?
Manage him time, yes.
And he's going to start.
I would do exactly what we did. Yeah, he could start setting games. He's not going to play 90, but I would do what Klopp did against Brentford.
He's most likely going to still start
eventually,
but not. Okay.
Because like the injury that he got, right?
I mean, he did come back from injury and went and played in Brentford.
He didn't start, right?
But still, he would have started. But that was just because
he wasn't going to start. He wasn't going to start because. What's the name? I believe that if
when was he going to start? When was he going to start?
Eventually, he will probably. I think. Okay, so everything works well. Jota doesn't get injured, right? He will probably come in around the 60, 65 minutes part. Get some game time. Luton.
How many games? Yeah.
Yeah. Luton. Because maybe that one you got me. He will start because you don't want to overwork Jota. So you start him. If he starts and he plays
55, 65 minutes, and you're like, okay, he did exactly what he did against Brentford. Then going to Chelsea, you're like, okay, yeah, it's a toss-up between him and Jota. But if you see him and you're like, he's not ready yet, you don't want to push him to say go start, because Salah being Salah, his mind wants to play Salah at the elite level, right? But the body is not at the elite level yet because you just got back from injury.
But you would have records of saying how many minutes they can start, how many minutes they can play. Klopp does that. I'm not disputing
That's
that.
what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
I'm trying to get across that. Hey,
okay.
This is the starter. Like, as in, there's no like, oh, what?
But this is the thing. But this is the thing that a lot of
minutes. I get monster minutes. That's smart and everything else.
Yeah, but this is the thing that I'm trying to tell you. That's why I use the American sports reference. Just because we know when Salah is fully fit, game fitness is up to par, he starts, right? But I'm not gonna know that until I put you in games. But I'm not just gonna throw you in game because you just came back after a month. If he was injured for a week or two, okay, you got me. Why is he not starting? But that length of time, now we're talking about he's possibly injured. You see what I mean? So just because you are the Don, I'm gonna make sure you work your way back to where your Don level is.
I don't think I have a problem with the fitness concept of where you're going with. I'm not disputing that. You want a player to be fit and ready. And look, one of the biggest things I was disappointed in is that I don't think that Trent was fit and ready for the game, where a lot of people were all criticizing him and critiquing him because he got burnt in that game, and it was actually when he re-injured his knee in that game. So like, I get the fitness and everything else of the concept you're talking about, but it's still the same. I'm not thinking that Gomez is now going to be.
I think the part that
Gomez is not going to be my left back all the entire year. That's Robbo is going to be that.
I think the disagreement we both having, and maybe Zuberi, you could break this tie, is if Robbo is not playing at the level that Joey is playing, why should I start you?
Well, to be fair,
that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Because this is the reason why
you're not even playing him. I don't even know. I mean, like, where and how are you going to evaluate that? You're not even playing him.
But that's what I was saying. You will get game time to work your way back to what you need to be at. But if you are not getting to what the guy who was there already he was putting out, we can't start you. We have to play our best player in form. Best player in form does not mean he's the best player. It's just right now I'm hot. You see what I'm saying? So even Salah coming to the team, and Jota is doing what Jota is doing, and we still working Salah. My concept, working Salah back. Giving him game time, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes, 40. Work his way back. But if he is not playing better than what Jota is playing, why are you going to take Jota out of the way because you just want Salah to be there? That's what I'm saying. The same thing with Trent. Trent, we know what Trent is a world-class player, elite level. But the right side, we need that right side to be formidable for the whole engine to work or the whole machine to work. And at this point right now, I bought a part from Kragen or AutoZone, and he's doing the work right now. I'm not going to go spend that money at the dealership just because the dealership manufactured the part. Right now, it's working. Maybe after the race is done, guess what? We go back to what we usually do. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't want it, like Zuberi was saying, you don't want that that drop-off, whether it's the best player or not, because best players can have a bad form, right? So just because it's the best player, he can have a bad
players. So can the players that we're relying on, sure. Absolutely.
Exactly. So whoever you as a manager, you're right now saying, I don't care. I'm just focusing on the player who's at that we're talking about the next man up. So the next man up is at a higher form. So the next player who's going to be coming back.
The next man up concept isn't because the player is at a higher form per se. The next man up concept is because someone, your brother in arms or your brother in this journey is down, and you've got to carry the torch further along.
Yeah. So when you come back, you can drop off what your younger brother was doing. You see what I'm saying? Because then it affects the whole team. And that's what Liverpool is doing so well right now, because the higher level are falling off, and the new ones, those who are the next step up, are not. Can you tell me any drop off of any player since we had all these injuries?
No, but I just don't think that you don't tell these kinds of stars that you've got to fight for your position.
But it will show. It will show.
You don't
Because
say that to Mo.
it
You don't
will
say that to
show.
Mo Salah.
No, Mo Salah, that's fine. I mean, Klopp did it. He made it clear against Chelsea, bro. I'm one to win, and I'll put the best player in. He put Doak in there.
One time, okay.
Well, this message was clear.
No, I get it. One time, that makes.
No, the message was clear, and that's all you need. I mean,
Okay, that's it.
Klopp won. What's that guy's name? Sacco. My man, you messing up. He was late one time.
I wouldn't compare. I mean,
No, I'm just saying.
I was critical of him ripping his tape off in the game, but I'm not going to get to the point.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about the player. I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ruthlessness of the manager who is willing to win. He doesn't want nonsense, right?
Mm.
We know how he manages his players. He doesn't care. I mean, we saw Mane and Salah almost get into a fight in the middle of a game. Klopp didn't do anything. The players took care of it. So if you trust the manager, you will understand.
Mane also almost got into a fight with Klopp, but okay.
Exactly, and then turn around and be like, yeah, my bad, man. You were right. That's what I'm saying. So sometimes you have to trust the manager. What's that?
We didn't do it on the pitch, but I mean,
Who
Mane went off.
Yeah, Mane. No, I'm talking about Milner one. The Milner went.
Milner. Well, that was because they scored, and it was a right decision.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes the manager, and that's what makes Klopp great because, even though we all talk about his fault about you are too loyal, you are too this, you too that, but when he makes certain decisions, those decisions have proven to be more positive than
I think that there's a show that I like here in America. It's called The Old Man. It's a really good show. It's on Hulu, I think, or something, right? And he's got particular skills. He's a CIA agent and everything, and he's like a veteran of his skills. Now, I understand all the concepts of what you're talking about, but this same coach that we're speaking on, when he was at Dortmund, for instance, he was playing a player in Lewandowski that wasn't in form. He was sitting the guy that was in form, and he's allowing for Lewandowski to basically play, and he was taking all the flack. Okay. He comments on that quite a bit. And actually Lewandowski even has made a point of referencing that point too. Okay. And this coach understands the quality of loyalty. Albeit we all can say what we said about maybe he held on to too much loyalty with certain players, with Endo or Nabi or Ox or whoever, right? But that loyalty has gotten him where we all regard him as a great coach. So for you to say, oh, well, you got to abandon all that now. You got to this might be the quote unquote end of the road, Boys and the Men singing in the background of you on a whole nine. And you're not going to say, but you got to abandon all that right now.
Can I rebuttal it?
Measured sense of what and where and who his loyalty is. The dogs that got him to this line, that's what it is. Like I've always said before, you're scared, get a dog. I'm going to have to start apparently like a pet adoption or something for all the scared cats out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
this man
can I rebuttal with what you just said?
Yes.
Let me rebuttal with what you said. Two things real quick. Same thing you talk about Lewandowski. Lewandowski went to Dortmund. He thought he was the best striker, but then Bastos was there. And he's like, I do better than Bastos, but Klopp kept playing Bastos, right? And then when Bastos was moved on, Robert became the Don. Finally, the stuff that you're talking about, that you're saying that he should abandon it, guess what? 12 man, you thought you got me. This year, the manager has abandoned all that. What is the manager doing this year? He's making more subs earlier than what he's done before.
No, that's quite all right because he's got legs. He's got the ability to do
Exactly. So
Sure,
that's
he's got
what I'm
that.
saying. He himself, even he himself, have made change. He said it. Remember that the interview that he said sometimes something has to hit you in your head for you to see your mistakes,
Right.
and he realized it. And this year, what are we praising him on? His tactical changes
But you
in
just said
game.
you just said he's not tactically sound.
I never
Earlier.
said that.
You're
No, I
you were
didn't say that.
talking about his tactics earlier, though.
No, I
You
said the
made-
tactics were for Trent. I was talking about the Trent one, not his whole tactical. I've always been the one who said I've always been on his side with this year, especially changing tactics. We have had shows where I said he changed formations in game where people didn't even see it.
No, that's the fluidity of the system. Yeah,
But
sure,
guess what? This year he's making subs earlier. Like we said, he's using all his 5 subs. Before he
he's
won't.
definitely
Maybe
using all
because
5 subs more than that's what Zabiri's point was earlier.
Maybe
Certainly.
because before he didn't have the players to do it. But
Right,
we've
certainly.
seen, we all witnessing the evolution or the changes of Klopp, the one that won all those trophies, to this year, what he's doing. The quad this year, yes, it's a Europa quad, but still a quad.
Yeah.
It's not the same way he's playing the other one.
But he has the luxury of doing that. This year, especially, he has the luxury of doing that, especially because of the cups that we are involved in, the competition we're involved in. I think I've been saying this. I think it was a slight blessing that we are in Europa. I would have loved to have been in Champions Leagues. Absolutely.
Well, guess what?
Considering the state of our team with the injuries and everything else, that if we had been going for a Champions League, would I think that we would have the same possible likelihood of winning it? Then it'd be a little bit more of a probability. But because we're in Europa and because we're able to do the more of the subs, and because yes, we are in all 4 competitions, I still think that I want to win all these competitions, and I think that we have the ability to do so because of these star players playing and this next man up mentality of the injured, the next player stepping up and say, I got you, get healthy, get rested. I'm not going to get it twisted. I know you're Mo Salah. I know you're Ali. I know you're Trent. I get that. But I'm going to hold down. I'm going to hold this down.
I see the mentality. But you see, with me, my mentality is even if I'm following Mo Salah, he is the best player in the world. Guess what? I'm going to learn everything I can possibly learn from you and kick you out. You see what I'm saying? So I want to play. Every player don't just want to sit on the bench.
No, absolutely not.
Exactly. So if I want to,
your boy
I want to
Origi
play.
apparently did, but I mean, my boy too, though. I like Origi.
But that's what I'm saying. So with the manager, even the manager himself, I've realized I need to make some changes and maybe trust more players. Give people more chances, not just in caps. Even in the main big games, he's putting kids in there.
But it's primarily because of the opportunities. I don't think
it's not even just injuries.
We would have played kids in these roles in cup games and FA Cup games certainly earlier than we started to use them by necessity. We just got fortunate that they were properly skilled enough or trained enough.
That's when he said he's fortunate.
Where at the time of the moment they were able to achieve. And I've said that one of the biggest attributes that a lot of these youth players have is because the environment in Liverpool allows for, despite the fact that they weren't necessarily always getting in to the position they're getting in now, but they were still ready for it. And that's something that I atone to Klopp and Pepper and all the coaches that align with that. But realistically, you have to keep mind of that these youth players are going to make significant changes with our team because it's an injury, not because Klopp is sitting up at nights going, who should I start, Bradley or Trent? That's
how long did it take? Okay, how long did it take him? How long did it take him?
100%. If they're 100% fit, do you start Bradley over Trent?
If Trent have proven in games
that simple answer. Do you start 100% fit? Do you start Bradley instead of Trent at right back?
Right now? I'll start Bradley.
Fully fit.
Fully fit. Both of them. Because I want to push Trent into midfield.
He's not going into midfield. He's either going to be a right back and do the inverted role, or that's it. Because
But
then
that's the
who you
thing. I'm also trying to
who are you
win.
moving out of the midfield? Who are you moving out of the midfield for Trent then?
People said he could play the
If
role.
Dom, let's say hypothetically Dom is healthy. Let's say
I mean, if everybody's at their
or Curtis
utmost,
is
then of
healthy.
course,
Like everyone's healthy. Who are you
if
moving
everybody,
out?
but you see, there's a difference. There's a difference of you being healthy and you being match fit. There's a big difference. Just because you don't feel pain, just because you are well rested.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I guess that's where the whole impasse is. Just because you are healthy and you don't feel any more pain, doesn't mean that when you go into the game, you're going to be playing at 100. That's where you left off.
Yeah, but you're not going to get there. I got you.
But eventually you will get there.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eventually you will get there. The goal is we want you to get there, but we're not going to throw you in and then all of a sudden you get hurt. Now look at what the whole rumors about, oh, they brought him in too quickly. He wasn't ready, blah, blah, blah. Especially
because he probably wasn't 100% fit. Maybe what I'm trying to get across is,
and that's what Paul is saying.
I have a bigger bone to pick with the medical team of Liverpool than with some of the selections that we're talking about. That's my point. Because if anything, I'm trying to say that, yeah, it does concern me that Diaz was considered to be 100% fit. He goes to practice in Dubai. He wasn't even freaking playing the game, and he gets hurt. I do have issues and problems when I see a reportedly 100% fit Trent go out and possibly hurt the same knee again. I do have those issues, but you're glossing over those facts.
Can you read this one? Can you read what Paul said?
I get, of course, yes, I get that. Some players say they're fit. That's not. But if you think it's just because the player says I'm ready to go and that's it. No. It takes a consensus of the medical team saying yes. How the coach feels and after seeing him practice possibly once, or seeing him actually do anything, Yes, all those things get muddled up into the the final equation.
Yeah,
but what
I would say something. I would say something real quick, and then I have
100% fit. Trent starts.
Yeah, I'll say something real quick and have Zuberi jump on this.
Yes.
So the medical team, yes, we have to understand they are not miracle workers. They can heal you. They have to wait. They have to do things by say 12 man. It's a high ankle sprain. Per our medical, it takes this, right? And then they work you through the rehab, the PT, blah, 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 blah. When you go,
blah, 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 because those blah, 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 blahs, because you're in the industry, those blah, blah, blahs, all individually are important.
Right.
It's one thing.
So we remember,
one thing if you go to GP, it's one thing if you have to have the.
But they remember they did everything.
All important portions of it.
Yeah, but the blah, blah, blah is they went through all the procedure to make sure that you are fit. And then you could run because they test you. They do a test run before you even go to.
They do. But maybe one of those links is not strong. Maybe one of those links we're talking about is something that we have to figure out because these players we shouldn't have the most hamstring injuries that we do. We shouldn't.
That one is not a medical team. That's not a medical team.
We shouldn't have all these problems.
That's what I'll leave it to. I'll leave it to Zubair. You want to jump on that one? That one is on the medical team because the medical team could get you ready. After that is the people training you. Now,
so
you see what I'm saying? So, like right now, right?
On the medical team. You mean it's on the coaching? It's on the coaching.
It could be it could be because these days they all have individual training. You can't train everybody together. Like back in the day, where guess what? We're all going to run 5 miles. It doesn't work anymore. You have to tailor individual. You can't train like you train storage. That's crazy. Storage is going to keep breaking down.
Yeah. How.
Yeah, so the thing that people have to understand is the aggravated injury is very common. It could be just a little tweak and then boom, you re-injured yourself. That's what you'd rather have a broken bone than a tear ligament and a tear muscle because those things aggravate real quick. And these guys,
Chris was talking earlier on the show today. We're talking about hamstring injuries and how
they are the worst.
Hamstring injuries are once you have them, you might as well you're going to get them again. I get those.
Yeah. The thing that maybe I will understand if our training, our medical team are glossing over certain steps and just trying to push them too early, then we have a problem.
or the system, the medical process that they're using doesn't work. Then yes, let's blame them. Hence the reason why sometimes you bring a different doctor and they be like, "Why are we doing this?" No. Let's do
this is outdated science, right?
Exactly.
But that's what one portion of why I'm saying maybe in that chain of links, there's something that's not working, and that's the reason why these hamstrings are more prevalent on a team. Like, it's not like this team works that much harder than every other team in the league. You know,
man, check this out. When was Salah's injuries have always been impact injuries?
Some of the impact injuries are different. That's a different story. I mean, some of the bigger injuries are different.
Right. But I'm just saying, like right now, he has a hamstring injury. Since when did Salah ever get hamstrings?
Yeah.
And I understand he went to Africa. Africa weather is different. So
the funny joke about even our coach got a hamstring injury.
Somebody posted that the canteen lady has a
even the canteen
lady has a high sprain ankle injury right now, so she's out for the rest of the season. But no, Zuberi, you want to jump in? We don't want to leave you behind. But
yeah,
I mean, Topman do bring a very valid point. The medical team has been a question for years. But certain injuries, I don't know if you want to blame it on the medical team because they are not miracle workers. Hey, I pull a hammy, give me ibuprofen, go back in. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but the Diaz problem wasn't even a muscle problem. It was an actual injury. And
the Diaz one,
his knee, and that was weird. The Trent problem was a knee injury again. So that's that's a concern. You know,
so
a player that we've been really high on, Gomez, his wasn't a hamstring injury. It was an actual
him is just his body just gives up like twice.
And yet we're saying, hey, you know what? We know that your body gives up, but we're not going to monitor your minutes. We're just going to start playing you starting like every game all day.
That's also
Pablo's got to work his way back. No,
you have to bring the management team into the equation too, because they would tell you, hey, this guy's in the red, pull him back. And we are here arguing that, well, if this guy's been playing and balling, why you going to sub him? You see that what I mean? That's where the divide kicks in. You want Trent. I'm like, hey, Trent is in the red. You'll be like, no. I don't have anybody else. So we just have to work it out. And then boom, knee gone. Right? The Diaz one, the reason why I was not looking at the medical team is because it wasn't the same injury. It was a different leg.
Maybe that's
overcompensating. Exactly. So what happens is if you want to blame the medical team, is did you guys test it to see how strong the other leg was before you put him out there?
Yeah. Or maybe the fact that he's like, they've got science where they can tell you what leg you're using more and everything else.
Exactly. Yes.
It's not like he's him working up to it. Is it to the level where like you're testing him at the levels where he's going to see those extremes like he would on the actual pitch?
Yeah. Same thing happened to Klay Thompson. He busted his knee in the final. The following year, when he's ready, he's playing. Guess what? He busted his Achilles on the other side. And everybody was like, how did the medical team didn't see this? And everybody's question is, he was compensating on one side. Why didn't they see that? If you see that he's compensating on one side, you should be telling him, you should be changing the way he walks, the way he trains, the way he runs, because all that
that's one of those links that I was speaking on.
Yes. That one, yes, you could blame the medical team for that. Yeah, that one definitely. Yeah, that's the medical team, because they should have been testing him regularly to see that, hey, you are not fully 50-50 yet.
Right.
You're still on one side on that. And usually those happens with ligament tears and the other ones. But hamstring one and groin one, that one is the training. That's you just overtraining them. They fatigue and you're not resting them enough. You know what I mean? And the medical team, your fault is if you don't tell the management team, say, hey, you guys, or the coaching team, say, hey, you guys are training them too much. This guy's hammy is about to give out. But if he tells you, And you were like, nah, I'm about to win the league. I'm not resting Trent. And it pops. Yeah, 12 man, that's your fault. You see what I mean? So unless we are there to know exactly what they're doing, sometimes it's very hard to blame, but it's easy to blame the management because we say they train them too hard. You know, they run them too hard. They do this, they do that. It's a very jump on, man.
I get it. I just think that, look, VVD, Allison, Salah, 100% fit, they start. Trent is in that list too, though. I just absolutely think that Trent 100% fit starts.
I agree with you. I think he is. I think he is. The good thing with Trent is he is a tool. He could play anywhere. So I can decide. To say,
if you have the game to be able to rest them, certainly you would consider it.
He's a tool.
But so I mean, but on realistically, yeah, 100% fit, he plays. Ali 100% fit plays. BBD 100% fit plays. Salah 100% fit plays. They just do. There's some players you can make an argument should play still, like Nunez 100% fit. He should play. You can say that.
Nah. You're stretching it.
Stretching it?
You're stretching it. Nunez is not that caliber yet. He hasn't earned the right yet. He just flipped the goalie. Okay. He just flipped the goalie. He needs to flip a couple more goalies. He needs to flip a couple more goalies before he gets that. Salah has earned the right. Yes. Trent has earned the right. VVD, hell yeah. Alisson, yes. Really? If you have two strikers playing the same position, if Gakpo was playing the way Nunez is playing right now and they both fit, you just got to put Nunez over Gakpo right now? Zuberi?
So 100% fit?
Yeah, both of them. And they both playing very well, scoring goals.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm listening to both of you guys going back and forth probably about.
Oh, I know. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Zuberi didn't want to talk, so it was just me and, you know.
I know.
No, it's not that I didn't want to talk. I don't want to be rude, man, but
thank you for giving us that.
You man were going back and forth. To be fair, I don't even know how to like quantify it without, like I said, being rude. So 12 man, what you're saying makes sense. As far as being 100% fit, because you're moving the goalposts because you're not addressing what he's saying. 100% fit, there's no working way back to fit. It's just 100%. You're doing the whole, he has to get back there. You can't get back to 100% if you're 100%. So that's what 12 man is saying. 12 man is saying 100%. You're saying, yeah, but he has to get back there. No, there's no getting back there. He's just asking it straight out. 100% fit. That means there's no working back up to that. It's just if you're 100% fit, who you're starting. There's no give him 15 minutes. He's 100%. Why would you give somebody that's 100%?
But
15 minutes. No, because I think you're not understanding what I'm saying.
No, I understand what you're saying. But
if two players are 100% fit, why would you give one 15 minutes to get to what? He's already at 100.
Right.
So that's what you wasn't understanding what 12 man was saying. Because 12 man is agreeing with you. If a guy's coming back, that means he's obviously not 100%. He's coming back from dropping a level.
Right.
So he has to come back. So that's what you're saying, Quasi. I'm just trying to clarify that you guys spend 35 minutes not understanding. If you're 100, bro, there's no getting back to anything. You're at 100. That's it. So 100% fit on the left side, you're going to go with Robbo because there's no need to get back to anything. It doesn't matter if Joey's 100% fit, Robbo's 100%. If both are 100%, you're going with Robbo. Trent is 100%, Bradley's 100%, you're going with Robbo. That's why I asked the question about Kelleher. If Kelleher is doing 100% what Alisson is doing, if Alisson comes back at 100%, by your logic, you're going to put Alisson back in because it's the goalkeeping position is very limited. I hear that. With the Nunez and the Gakpo thing, if they're both at 100%, some things form help you with, and there's other things it doesn't, like Salah. If Salah's at 100%, bro, I don't care who's banging in the right-hand side. You're going to put Salah back in there. And that's the same for any player. What you're saying was getting players back up to fitness and stuff like that. That's a different conversation. That's subjective to the opposition, the moment, the occasion. the manager on the day. So that's all subjective. We can speculate what we'd like to see. And then leading into the injury thing, still there's a context of what's happening. Trent can be in the red, and I think one of the Paul said it. If Trent is in the red and he's like, yo, boss, but I can still go, we're gonna let man go. Gerard used to take these freaking shots in his back. Man was done out here, bro. Man was morphined up, whatever they call it. It's like the NFL with the brain injury before they actually caught the brain injury. Players was like just running their body into the ground. That's what it is. It's the job. So when you know, 12, I hear what you're saying. I was saying that at one point as well. Like, you want to blame the medical team, but we're not there to know that they are advising the manager and the manager is ignoring them, or the manager is like, yo, tell me something, and they're like flicking through papers and scratching their head like, I left the report on my desk at home. Like, everyone is doing their job, but like I said, it's a season. You have ups and downs, you got trial and tribulations, and this is why it's at this level. It's not for like guys like me and you just sitting there playing FIFA going, yeah, my guy's stamina ain't all the way green. Because we know you have the red, you have the orange, it gets a little red, it goes into the green. There's moment. Bro, let's not get disconnected because we're on YouTube doing a vibes thing. Let's not get disconnected from football, bro. We know what it is. So what I'm trying to say is, bro, I'm looking at my best player on FIFA, and he's looking a little yellow, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna run him in the game, try to pull him up before he gets too far in the red. But if I need him, I'm just gonna run man red, bro. Some of my guys got no stamina, but who I got on the bench is some little kid, bro. I can't bring this kid on against Real Madrid. So
you can't bring a 76 in for an 89 or a 90.
You see what I'm trying to say? So it's bro, it's the same concept with real life. So when we're saying, yo, blaming the medical staff, it's one of them ones where that's why I asked you, like, yo, do you trust the manager? Because if the manager's like, yo, right, you know, Trent, he ain't 100, you know, but I really need Trent as a weapon against this opposition. And, you know, if it doesn't work, I'll bring Bradley on. Same thing for Salah. I see you use him in the Chelsea game. Definitely a weapon. It just didn't work on the day. You can't predict the day. You can't tell me, oh, because I have my best defense, my best keeper, it's a clean sheet. You just can't say that. It may not work. Look at VVD and Alisson against Arsenal. So sometimes the best doesn't work, bro. You just have to like take it on the chin and move forward. I don't want to like slate the medical team because man is getting muscle injury, or this season where we had a lot of impact injury. It's part of the game as well. Occupation hazard. You jump in your car, you drive to work every day. People don't think about it like this.
Anything can happen.
It's not you not being a safe driver, but think about all the other people driving.
Yeah,
they can clear you out. You was there doing the speed limit, seatbelt on. You got your driving safe app. You know what I'm saying? You're racking up your driving safe points. You're doing the mom and pop stuff, doing the speed limit. Some young kid runs you off the road. You can't control that. So the players, this is the same thing. They could be training, doing the fitness thing. All of a sudden, you got this guy Martinelli. He's just running at 89% speed down the wing. You weren't really planning on running that fast, but you can't do the thing where you're like, I'm not going to chase him. I'm just going to let him go through. It's really a call. Would we praise Trent if every time he's doing a recovery sprint back, he pulls up? People like, yo, Trent, maybe you don't need to be going that hard on the sprint back. Maybe somebody can cover that, take the workload off. So these are all different avenues when it comes to injury, who's available, what game we're playing them. Man can be in the red, fam. We're going to run him, bro. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Quasi, you're not going to be happy if Klopp said, yo, you know what? I'm going to go Kelleher because Ali put a lot of mileage in training and, you know, he's not really 100% because the amount of kicking was doing in training, I don't think it's enough time for him to recover. So we're going to go Kelleher and go. He'd be like, but is he injured? Once Klopp says no, you're going to be like, yo, put Ali in there. I don't want to hear nothing. Same thing with Salah. Same thing with VVD. Klopp goes, you know, they're a little bit on the yellow side still, so I'm just going to go Kwanzaa, I'm going to go Bradley because they're not 100%. So I'm going to start with these guys. Yep. They're not going to change the game at 3-0 down. We're 3-0 down. The subs you're making is Trent and VVD at 3-0 down. Okay, we might stop the game at 3-0, but which one of them two is gonna give us more goals to get 4 goals? You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about injuries and players being fit, like I'm all for Gomez being on the left side, but if Robbo is 100%, fam, I don't care about rhythm or game time. Rebel has to go in.
Mm.
Now, if Rebel goes in at 100% and ain't performing, Joey.
That's what my argument was. That's why maybe you
No,
didn't hear me.
but that's what I'm trying to say to you.
That's what my thing was.
No, but your thing is you don't want to put him in and he doesn't fire. But that's not for you to decide. All you can do is put him in there. Same
Right.
thing with Nunes.
So I
Same thing with
give
Nunes.
you.
We put Nunes in. He wasn't consistent. We put Gakpo in. He wasn't consistent. What do? Not put none of them in.
Jota.
That's how Jota got in there. But guess what? There was a game where Jota was just spamming shot. So we have to recycle again. So that's just all it is, bro. Once you put a guy in, if he performs well, great. Now the other guy's 100%. He's coming back in.
No, I totally agree with you. I agree with the argument of explaining what.
Let me paint you this. Let me do the speculation now, and then you guys can run with it again. If we put Gravenberch, Chris, forgive me, over Lucho, and Gravenberch is more effective than Lucho
on the left side.
Wow.
Yeah, but hear me out. Let me line.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no,
Lucho's 100.
I want to hear this.
Let me line.
I'm getting comfortable. I'm just getting comfortable.
Okay. So Gravenberch goes in on the left.
Yeah,
He's way more effective. Assists is going through the roof, scoring a more consistent rate, like Jota versus Nunes, where we can be like, nah, man, Gravenberch is really effective there. But Lucho's 100% fit. Quasio, you're gonna say, you know what, man, yeah, Lucho's gonna have to sit this one out. Because what you're doing is an injustice to Lucho. You're not giving him a shot to get it back. Because you might not be able to get it back all 15 minutes and 30 minutes here or there. You're gonna have to get that run of form to get the confidence back up.
Yep.
right.
So once a player is 100% fit, you have to know who your go-to is.
Yeah.
You can't just tell your go-to, even though you're 100%, I'm gonna see what you can do in 30 minutes, 30 minutes. It's just not gonna work. That logic can't work, bro.
But
And that's what 12 is saying. And you're saying, nah, man, he's gonna have to.
I'm going with. We use Robo as an example. I'm going with exactly how we did with Robo. When Robo came back, he was 100% fit per the medical. He could run because that's why he's training with the team, and that's why he sit on the bench. The manager did what? Started with 15 or 20 minutes.
No, because it's not about the manager. That's just general football. Every football.
That's what my thing was. That's what the whole argument was.
But that wasn't what the question was. The question wasn't about whether he's coming back. The question was just if they're both 100% fit, who you going with?
Game fit and everything.
Yeah, bro, everything. That's what 100% is. Yeah, so the question was 100% fit, who you going with? And you were talking about who's on form. It's not about who's on form, bro. Elliott's been on form. He ain't starting.
Right.
Elliott is.
He's 100% now, but Elliott is 100% fit, and he's on form. But he ain't starting. So by your logic, Elliott should. But the other person ain't doing what Elliott's doing. They don't even have Elliott's numbers. They don't even have Elliott's impact in game.
I mean, that's why you said that's the manager's decision then.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not about so Sabazalai ain't even 100% fit and still starts over Elliott, who's 100% fit and 100% on better form. And Sabazalai still just jumps Elliott.
Yep.
Sabazalai, we don't. Okay, this is the part where maybe I was.
Quasi.
No, I get that. That was.
I get what you're saying.
What am I saying that you're not seeing?
No, I'll say
Sabazalai ain't 100% fit and jump Elliott, who's 100% fit. Gravenberch, 100% fit, not on form. Elliott, 100% fit, on form. Gravenberch still starts over.
But you said he was 100%. That's why he started.
No. You didn't. Bro, I'm trying to give you an example where players are not even at 100% and still starts. That's what I'm giving you.
We were told. I'm going. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I'm also going by what they say.
No. We already finished with that. I'm giving you a different scenario because per your scenario, you have to get the guy back up to speed, right? We never got Sabazalai up to speed. He just jumped over a guy that's 100% fit and is on form.
And then he got injured again.
Yeah, he got injured again. But here's the other catch to that: the replacement guy ain't on form. And he's just 100% fit. So you have two guys who's 100% fit. One is on form off the bench. One ain't even on form. And the one that's not on form is starting over the one on form.
Yeah, that one.
But there's some players. That's just how.
No, I agree. There's some players. Yeah, there's some players. Yes. But this
And
one
those
was
players are your Trends, your Rabo, your VVD, even Konate. Konate at 75% is starting.
Absolutely.
Konate, Salah at 75% is starting.
Konate over Matip.
No, Matip is dead for me. Matip ain't in this picture.
No, I'm
Kwanzaa
saying he
is
said,
100%.
he said right
about
now.
this.
Okay, right now we go with it right
Kwanzaa.
now. Okay.
All right, think about this. Kwanzaa is 100%,
Mhm,
and he's also on form.
mhm.
Konate 75% starts.
Your manager won.
I mean, you can say it with your chest. Don't be shy. You can
No,
tell you
your
can tell
manager, your
that.
manager will not start Konate at 75%.
Bro, Konate has been starting at 75%. Konate get game ban, comes back and jumps straight back in the
90.
team.
He's close to 90 more than 75%. That's why
It's
even
not like-
tomorrow, people thinking that Kwanzaa will gonna start.
Bro, I'm telling you right now.
Well,
Konate
even at,
is
but still,
75%.
he's not
He's
even
going to
100%.
start over
though.
Kwanzaa.
We're saying,
What's that? Oh, yeah, because on the pecking order, yes, I agree with you. On the pecking order,
But that's
yes.
what Phil was saying, bro. The pecking order is what the order is.
Yeah,
Players
you
Right,
don't think
but
Trent
we
is
go
at-
with the whole
if you don't think
argument.
Trent is at the top of the pecking order on this team, then I don't know what team you're watching. That's my part. Point.
Who? No,
If you don't
no,
think Salah is on the top pecking order of this team,
Even
then
Rabo, bro.
obviously-
Yo,
no.
Rabo
But
is higher than Jones.
you guys are going exactly the reason why some of these players are also re-injuring themselves. Hence the reason why 12
now it's a
12 man
medical
is
team.
Nah, but Quaz,
No, I get it.
12 man is
No.
going after the medical team.
No.
That's one reason why that 12 man is going after the
Nah,
medical
but
team.
Quaz,
They're doing exactly what you want, and now you're going after the medical team.
Nah, Quaz, time out, Quaz.
Yes, sir.
You cannot play this game and tell me you're playing the game to limit injury. No one is playing
Everybody's
this game
never
to limit.
100%.
No. But
No, I
you're
agree
making it your focus saying, oh, that's why they're injured. No one cares why they're injured or if they're injured. If they're injured, we just deal with it. Because the season we walked the league, we didn't really have a lot of injuries.
Right.
And here's the thing, we was rinsing the same man.
Same players, and nobody was ever injured.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. When you're talking about injuries, you can only do it hindsight if the injury happens.
But I'm also saying, since that year that we won the league, we only went for one trophy, and that was the league. Champions League, Adrian, right? We got screwed with the Carabao Cup where they wanted us to play at the same time that we were going.
Played the chance against Aston Villa, I think, or something.
Yeah, Aston Villa, where we had to use the under 19 or under 21, right? So that one, we were mostly on maybe 1 or 2 trophies, realistically. This one, he's going for 4. It's not going to be the same. That's all I'm saying. I may agree. I may concede. No, I may concede with the 100% where you say, okay, actually, you did not get what 12 man was saying, 100. But I'm saying at the same time, going 100 just came back, you put it in, you get these injuries. Then we blaming the medical team.
Nah, bro. Here's the thing. Like I said, Paul said it. If a player say, "Yo, I'm 100% ready to go," and the medical team said, "Well, everything checks out," and then he get injured in the warm up, you can't point. The only person you can point a finger at in that moment is the player. I'm not in your body. I'm not in your body, Quincy. I'm not in your body talk. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, the player.
I'm feeling a little thing, and I'm like, maybe I can run it off, and I can't run it off.
No, that one I agree with you. That one, yes, Paul was very right. That's why when
the Naby thing, even the Naby thing, bro. They put him on a specialized training program. People are not talking about that a lot.
That's true. Thiago too.
And per all the data, righty, 35 minutes in, wasn't ready. There's no one you can point your finger at, bro. Sometimes that's just what happened, bro. Like I said, you go in your car, you're a safe driver. No collision. What happened? The other guy was texting. The other guy was drunk. Bro, you're just a victim, bro. So sometimes we're just a victim to these circumstances.
So
they're not in our control, bro.
Yeah,
It's VVD. Pickford jumped in his kneecap after an offside ruling. The only thing we can do is look after that.
So question.
Richarlison jumping. Even McAllister was getting kicked up in the second game. He played in the 8, and he got injured. Was McAllister playing recklessly to be kicked? Bro,
I think the temperament of the games can be better done by the referees. The referees, I think, had a factor in why Diego was hurt in the Brentford game, because I think the referees allowed for that to be way too physical, way too like. What was a little controversial to me is that we had 18 fouls called on us in that Brentford game. We had 18 fouls called on us. They had 4. 4 of their fouls were actually, or 2 of their fouls, or 2 out of 4 fouls were yellow cards. So, but you wouldn't have thought that we were the more aggressive, apparently, in that game. Okay, but yet there were a lot more injuries, a lot more physical play that resulted in injuries from Brentford. That should have been, in my opinion, called fouls as well. Some of them at least called me fouls, but I mean, referees sometimes have an effect on how I would
love to see the
temper of the game. Temper of the game can somewhat lower if you have speed limits and you actually like adhere those speed limits, then people won't speed as often. They're definitely going to push the limits, but I'm saying that because those referees didn't really monitor that game right, I think that's why we had so many injuries in that game, because it was way too physical, way too physical.
It could be a correlation of VAR and the tempo. You're right, 12, because they're doing the hindsight reffing in some games, and in some games the ref is like really proactive. So there's not a uniform way in which the game is being called, and I think that can lead to it. Because in the Brentford game, the ref he was like on everything. Yeah, and some of those things some of them should have been like, okay, that's not even a foul. We'll get it.
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say? And then there's other games where the ref ain't even doing nothing. It's all the calls is basically made by VAR. And you're like, bro, are you even a ref today?
Yeah. Like there was a play in the box where Diego got tackled in the corner. Diego got tackled, and they didn't call a penalty. Like, but
I think
you found 18 other infractions by Liverpool in that game. Okay.
So it's for me. I don't know the stats because we only start seeing them going up through the roof after VAR. But I wonder if it was the same before VAR, where the tempo of the game. Because in some game, like the occasion, when we talk about like it's a big occasion. The big occasion game always got a little bite to them. Then we'll play Luton, and it's just like no real bite. It's just okay, 1 minute at a stoppage time. These days, the more stoppage time goes up, you can tell that's the more the game is going away from the ref. I look at stoppage time as an indication to how fluid this game was or how chaotic it was. Going on the days where extra time is only a minute.
Oh, absolutely.
That should tell you how the game was being called.
Absolutely. There was like 8 minutes at the end of added on to, and then there was another
6 to
like
8 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, and the first half had a lot of minutes added on to it. Obviously for some of the injuries too, but also because of like.
But Jones one wasn't even called as an injury, Jones one wasn't even a foul.
Yeah, it wasn't a foul.
So was Jota's.
Yeah.
No, Jota, that was a 50-50, and he kind of got landed on. So that you wouldn't call. But Jones, the guy still to the back of his foot.
There was a foul.
But that guy also was involved in two of the injuries on the pitch. Actually, if he had gotten some type of warnings or maybe he's not playing as physical. That's what I'm trying to say, as he is. But apparently, if they only have 4 fouls called on him, that kind of play is being allowed, at least for their side. But when it comes to our side, 18 fouls involved, how's this a balanced out game? How's this a fair and balanced game? That's concerning to me. And it ends up resulting in fouls or bad fouls. Like, we speak of teams like this, like Everton, like we're speaking of this Brentford, at least in this particular case, playing physical with us, not necessarily have the ability to beat us, but playing physical to the levels they are. And these kinds of fouls or these kinds of injuries are going to occur because it's not being thwarted by the referee saying, no, that's a foul. And if that's going to get you a foul, it might get you a yellow or might get you a red. You're not going to do those kinds of tackles. You're not going to be that same type of physicality that you're utilizing and not getting calls for. So you're going to keep doing it until you get called.
On a side note, I got a quick question. We all speculate this, but I want to know how it would feel if it was to happen. obviously I wouldn't like the manner in which I'm about to say it in. Let's say, you know, like in the White House, there's like whistleblowers, there's certain community and sector, there's whistleblowers. How would you guys feel if there's a whistleblower at Liverpool FC coming out and being like, yo, like this is the definitive now, where it's like, yo, the manager isn't trusting the fullness of the squad and is ignoring the medical advice of recovery and conditioning of these players?
I'll
Would
tell
we
you
still
what,
have the same respect for the manager?
that answer will be answered when he said the answer. The
No,
question,
I don't think it will be answered when he leave, because I think it will be bad to put that type of stuff out. That's why
it'll come out.
whistleblowers.
Somebody will write something.
Nah, I wouldn't want to hear it after he leaves. I'd rather hear it when he's here, so he can answer for it as to say why it was.
Well,
I don't want to read.
I
a
will
book
say
about
this:
it
when he
after
first got
leaves.
there, there was, a lot of people, even some of the former players, that he's overtraining them. Hamstrings.
No, bro. Training have nothing to do with like impact injury, or he wasn't here, but Gerrard playing, and even Rashford was playing with back injuries. Like, bro, let's not make it just about Liverpool and our medical staff or the coaches or the manager. Like, bro, it's known in sports. Your best guy plays, bro. Bro, the guy that you want to give your blood, sweat, and tears on the pitch. Okay, he can't give you that 100%. Not every time he's giving you blood, sweat, and tears, he's at 100%. Sometimes he does feel a knock, but you don't have any more subs. Do you want your guy walking off the pitch?
Yeah.
You're like, damn, man, just get through it.
But okay, check this out, though,
So that's what the sport is, bro. So what I'm trying to say to you is, do you respect the manager for asking that of the player, or would you respect the manager if he said, yo, sit it out?
Look at the point where they decide that you can't go anymore. Like we were saying with Gerrard or those other players who were taking injections. So minor niggling here and there, they will pop you with some injection and then you back fresh, right? So that means that injury has to come to a point where even the injection is not going to do anything.
Yeah, because do you sit your best guy out though? Because we want to be at the think about this in the Bayesian Pops context. You want to be at a certain level. You can only play at that certain level with certain players. You can't tell me, yo, Sabazalai ain't 100%. Let's not put him back in because we got Clark. Okay, we hear that, right? Thiago ain't 100%. So you know what? Let's just put O'Connell on the bench. O'Connell is coming. Bro, at some point, if you go by that clean logic of operation and only wait until the guys are fully back, bro, we'll be seeing more of these kids than we ever expected. Man.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
No. But Quasi, what I'm saying now is we're not going to respect Clark. We're not going to respect Clark, bro. When we're sixth position, talking about yo, Trent ain't 100, and you know me, I don't move unless my guys are 100. We were like, yo, bun that, give me 60% Trent. Quasi will be saying it. You don't think the fans will be pitchfork?
Oh yeah, they
lighting
will
up
talk.
the torches and be like, yo, give me 75% Kwanzaa over
so for
Billy Cometio, Reese Williams, and
Billy.
But
Billy
for athletes,
you're just not taking them, man. You're just not taking them.
Athletes like these guys, none of them are ever 100%. 100% is after preseason, maybe. At this point, all of them are
the issue. But yeah, then what's the quarrel then?
Yeah, what's the quarrel then?
What's the quarrel then? If they're never at 100%,
they're never 100%. They're never 100%. Now, that's why
then more so, you just got to go when they say I'm ready.
They're never 100%. Right? But the question is,
you're not. What number is your 100%? Like
okay, all right.
90% is your.
That's a good point.
Optimal range is what, 65 to 75%?
Yeah. No, 70 up. That means you are
so above 70.
Above 70.
So you play City Sunday, you do a cup game Wednesday, and then you're running at Spurs Saturday. How many rotation are you doing? Because all them players, they ain't gonna get back above 70.
Right. So that means that's where your rotation skills have to come up.
Bro, you ain't rotating, bro. If you want to go far in a competition, you
could try. You could go for it. You could go for it and see who can take it. I mean, we've seen Virgil can do it. He did what, 65 games?
How we don't know Virgil's been doing this at 40% this whole time when he's playing all these games back to back. He was never at 100.
We can never tell unless the medical team show us the data. which they do have the data. That's why they wear those straps. But what I
I'm
was
telling
saying
you,
earlier
bro,
was,
I play FIFA. I see my guys, bro. They're in the yellow. And I'm like, run it, bro. Matter of fact, when I see them in the
I
red,
saw
I
it
just
too. I
simulate
lost.
the game. I just simulate the game. When I see them in the red, I'm just like, I'm just gonna sim this.
but that's what I'm asking. That's what I was saying. These guys have certain medication given to them to make sure that they can go again, right? At what point is that medication is not working anymore?
So you're saying,
I
what are you
don't
saying?
know, bro. You sound like
Yeah,
you're drugging
I'm
up
not
my
saying-
players, bro. Nah, Quasi,
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
drugging
saying
up
our
the
players
guys.
are all
Them.
doped
No.
up. I'm not
Like
saying,
you just said,
all of
you
a
just
sudden,
no.
talking
Listen,
like,
you guys didn't get it because Zubair, you said it. You said Gerard used to be getting injections, right, to go again.
Yeah, no, but that's but Quasi, the point that I bring Gerard.
That dejection. At what point?
No, but Gerard was the best guy, and the
Right,
point
but
is
I'm
you
saying for
don't let
all
your
of them,
best guys sit.
I got you, but I'm saying for all of them, right? They can get the injection, which is legal. But at what point is the injection is not even working anymore where the player has to sit? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right. So I don't think I understand what you're saying. So you're
Okay.
saying at what point? Because here's the thing: the players will want to play,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's where you might want to like look at like I think at that point you look at the medical staff and the coach to go, how much are they pushing this guy? Because remember, I think even I said it once upon a time when I was like, yo, Solskjaer was a fool to push Rashford that much. Because even pushing Rashford, it wasn't like Rashford was dragging the team through, carrying the team on his back.
Right.
So to your question, at what point? It's the point where the player is no longer adding value. That's the point.
No.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you're asking
No, I
what
understand
point
what you
does it
say, but
work?
I think
If I'm giving the guy injection and he comes up with brace and winning me games, I'm gonna be injecting him until the season is over.
right.
But if I'm
just
injecting him 12 and
Yeah.
he can't go, I'm gonna be like, bro, come off the field.
Yeah.
Let's back it
Okay,
up.
that's fine. That's
Let's
the
get you
athlete you
back
can.
here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm carrying him to the point where he's no longer effective.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they have all these injections, right? They have all these
I'm gonna flip
injections,
this
which is legal. Everybody can have that injection. But if they can get injection to forget the
numbness
pain,
and all of that.
yeah. And then the medical team comes and be like, nah, boss, even with the injection, he can't go.
Put it like this. So we see Trent get run past and didn't even run back.
Yeah.
This isn't fact. We're just, vibes it out.
Yeah.
Let's say Trent is on some medication because he's in the red.
Mm-hmm.
And him being in the red, he knows, yo, I'm in the red. I can go forward, but if I get run past, I can't even run back.
Right.
What I'm getting injected for, the side effect is, you don't even try running back. It's your done. You can come in, you can still do what you do, casual Trent, calm.
Yeah.
Intense Trent doesn't exist because you're in the red and you're on injection. I'm not saying that's the case, but it could be plausible. We don't know, right?
Yeah.
So let's say Trent's been in the red. Injection is what's carrying him through right now. And in some game, he does look good. He can't be intense Trent.
Right.
The point where I'm stopping at injection is where we need intense Trent. And we can't get it. I'm going to have to be like, Trent, you know what? Bradley's come of age. Bradley's coming up. We're going to use this moment to get you out of the red and see if we can carry you off the injection. Here's a twist. Right? What if the players get so accustomed to the injection, the first game off the injection, they pulls up Sabazalite settings, Trent settings. So it's that these are the fine margin we're playing with. Like I said, that concussion movie shine a big light on that.
Yeah.
Where some of these players are like, yo, just let me die on the pitch.
Yeah.
Some men are like, yo, if I'm going off, let me go off on a stretcher. Let me go off. Let me run these hamstring off.
But situations like that, can you blame the medical team?
Nah, but that's why I'm bringing it to you in this light, because you want to like, yo, the medical team shaking. I'm like, I don't think we can blame them because
no, I'm not saying they're shaky. When I was talking to 12 men, I didn't say they were shaky. I said certain things you could blame them. They could have made it more tests to find out, like the Lucho situation.
Bro, I think they got all the answers now, bro. I think they got all the answers. It's just
they choose not to.
The nature of the beast. Nah, it's just the nature of the beast. It's like, bro, I went to Jamaica, right? And I'm not going back because I got scarred. Maybe I got too comfortable. 12, man, I went back. My boy picked me up. Picked me up in a Toyota Corolla, one of them 90s model. I pay attention to detail. Out of nowhere, I notice there's 5 lug nuts on the front tire. He only has 2 on there.
I was just about to say that.
12 out of the 5 lugs nut that's
There's
supposed
only
to be
2
on the front
working.
tire,
And it works perfect.
He only has 2.
He stretched them out.
Right. You got a straight line. Yeah.
Straight
Man
line.
just got 2.
Yep.
Now I'm in that car. All I'm thinking about is, yo, man only got 2 lug nuts on this one. This can fly off at any minute.
Yep.
When he put my luggage in the trunk, I did not see a spare. A part of me wanted to just be like, bro, I'm calm. I'm just going to take a cab or rent a car. But I'm like, you know what's my boy? If we run off, my story's just going to end with me going back home to Jamaica and we run off the road. I accepted my fate. We didn't run off the road, travel, went all a bunch of places. I kept it limited, controlled areas where I know, okay. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what the medical team is doing. They're like, yo, fam, we've run all the tests. Man got 2 lug nuts. Use them wisely.
Use them wisely.
Man said, yo, Trent can only run as fast as 10 kilometers. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, use him sparingly. So maybe that's what it is. But guess what? You chuck him in a game and he needs to run 20.
And two things real quick. One thing that I'll give to the medical team, and even to the players, it seems like this year they've been told, if you feel something, shut it down.
Yeah.
Salah, he wanted to play.
You've seen that. So that's increased. So
they've been told when you feel something, shut it down. And the athletes have listened, and actually it has helped us because the injuries have not prolonged. Because some of these injuries, they should be gone for months. But
because they probably would have played through them.
They'll play through, and then it's aggravated.
Well, they would have rolled on those 2 lug nuts. One of them's already blown off. And that wheel is wobbly.
You know?
And then, I got this.
And that's what I was saying. You have to blame the player because the player has to take an inventory of himself. The manager doesn't know what he's feeling. The medical staff doesn't know what he's feeling. And sometimes these data, bro, it can't tell you what you're feeling. When you go to the doctor or the hospital, and I hate going there because of what they do to you when you first go, they're asking you what your medical history. I'm asking them, bro, you studied this for 10 years.
Tell me.
You should know. Don't ask me about nothing.
Yeah.
You should do what you study. You should just look at me and know, bro. Don't ask me none of that, bro. Yeah, how much drink I drink. How much Guinness you say you drink? Yeah, I drink about 50 a week. What, bro? You should know. You should look at me and know that stuff. That's what you say. You see what I'm trying to say? So with these players, they have to take inventory of themselves. And I'm loving the fact they're like, oh, he felt a little something. You know, we'll keep an eye on it. I don't think they were saying that before.
No, they won't.
Before, man was like, you know, I'm feeling a little thing, but I'm good.
Curtis Jones is the best representation, I guess. And Curtis Jones is a player that will put his body to the line and go over it if necessary. But he felt a little twitch and he went down and he stayed down, you know, rather than chance it. And it's smart. It's smart. If you feel something, they are going down. But it also is, from what Chris Angel's comment was about the 75 to 80%. Other than that, any athlete never really reaches through the season. There been a study about this. So
in the middle of the season, after that you lose it.
Right. So even if that is, then that is, and I know it's hard because when I do the ratings, that's how people's trying to get their minds around it. It's difficult, but that is their 100. 75 to 80 is the 100. As soon as you get 75 to 80, you're fit to go. Right. In essence, then, if that's as high as it takes. Or that's as high as they're ever going to get anyway, even if they've been working out. You just said they're only going to get to 75, 80. So that's the new 100. So,
I mean, also, and that's why I said earlier, back in the day,
does that mean 40% is 50%?
Yeah, or 60 actually.
Yeah.
The red line, your red line is in the 20s.
Your red line is a different number now.
Yes, in the 20s. It's dropped. It keeps dropping. Like every, depending on the which part of the season, it starts to drop. You know,
right? Because I think 75 to 80 would most likely be when you're starting to get close to. You want to drop the FIFA, you know, once you start getting close to that orange and red lines, you know. And we're talking about 80.
One thing that Zuberi said
that's where you're starting.
Yeah, one thing that Zuberi said that I know it has become a talking point lately of the VAR. That's why the injuries are coming. I'm sorry.
True.
We watched the World Cup. We watched African Cup, and their VAR was better than in English. The rest of Europe, they're not getting the same amount of injuries as the English.
Nah, then I'm gonna be honest, bro. I watched what was I watching the other day? I was watching the Bundesliga. Don't really watch too much of La Liga anymore, but Quasi, I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
I could be biased. If I am, you can hold me accountable. I don't think there's a more intense league than the Prem.
No, there is not. You're right.
Here's why I say that. Every
100%.
player that comes here face and feel the scrutiny of the Prem. Like, bro, man is
That's
when
true.
I say man is on you, bro.
That's
If you're
true.
playing Luton or Bournemouth or Brentford, man is on you, bro. You
But
see, bro, Jota, bro, Norgard.
What's his name? Casemiro said the
That's
same
also-
thing.
But that's also
Casemiro
goes to
said
what
it.
I said earlier about the refereeing. The refereeing allowing
That's what I
for
was
the
gonna
trend
go
to
with.
be the way it is.
We
You know?
should have the best refs because of that.
And best
And not-
VAR.
and
The
not
intensity of
having
the
the best
league
ref.
is mad, bro.
And
Right.
best
And-
VAR
but-
because look at Foreman real quick. Look at Champions League. Champions League is VAR system is the closest to the World Cup VAR system. How many times do they stop to look at something? Yes, sometimes we see in PSG, Newcastle, one line, but they're using AI, right? So they see it quick and they make the decision. English, they out there debating because one ref Suberi doesn't want 12 men to look bad.
No, but
So
the thing is, who
you
was
see
I
what I'm
talking
saying?
to? No,
That's
but
part of the problem.
when you use the difference though, Quasi, is cup competitions, bro. It's easy to measure cup competitions because you're not playing more than 15 games. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you go in the league, that's 38 games. So the regiment, the scheduling. So to schedule the referees for the Champions League, it's a lot easier than scheduling referees for the Prem. And I'm not trying to defend the referees.
They themselves can get an easier rhythm to just get the calls right and be able to do the things. If you're going to say to me, I'm truncated into a time period, but I only have to be on point like for a month period, like the World Cup or something like that.
Right.
Then it's easier to like get into.
Yeah, but week in, week out, you're up there on that game, you're down there on that game, you're traveling, you're up and down, you're in the ring, you in VAR, bro. The scheduling, I'm not trying to defend them.
Different story.
But the high pressure, the intensity of the league.
Yeah.
I'm
Train
not
them
trying
better,
to give
give
them
them more
grace.
money.
No. I'm not trying to give them grace. I'm not trying to give them grace. I'm just trying to say I am more understanding because two things can be right. We can have the most intense game or in league, and that's what's causing the drop from the refs. Because I feel like if you take these Premier League refs and you put them in a slower paced game or league, we might actually see them shining.
Most of them can't even make it to the Europa Leagues.
But
They're
then
in the
again,
conferences.
They can't make it possible because of the schedule they have here.
Right. I was just going to say, with that measure, if the referees were exceptional, and like they are in some of these other leagues, okay, because the other leagues have just as many games for the most part, okay, maybe you would see a reduction in injuries. Maybe you would see a reduction in bad calls. If you had the level of refereeing that is necessary to conduct having the best league in the world, you're going to see these things that would continue to allow for that to be so, like continue to allow the Premier to have a real level that can be consistent and maintainable. It's very difficult to have a maintainable system if the refereeing is at a subpar level, and then we're just playing off of, that's just the Prem being a tense, rough league, and that's their
pushing under the rug. Mary, real quick question for you, and then 12 man, you could jump in.
Sure.
Will you put an age cap on the referees, pay them more money, and train them extremely well? With all that means more responsibility and accountability.
Quasi, I'm all for the blue collar man, them, right? What message are you sending to aspiring referees? That's literally how I'm gonna have to break it down, because I don't know if there's refereeing schools and just bad referees at home saying, I get this opportunity. I don't know, Quasi.
Right.
Don't know no one in their 20s saying, yo, you know, when I grow up still, I want to
But
be
that's
a
what I say. If
referee,
you pay,
you know.
if you pay more money,
Quasi, I'm gonna be honest. The industry I'm in pays a shit ton of money.
Mhm.
Man ain't even coming in the industry.
You
Like I
go
said,
into this with that
bro,
much pressure?
electricians pay well. A lot of blue collar jobs, quasi, are in the
Sure.
6 figures in America now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plumbers,
Don't
electricians.
I don't know no young guy telling me he wants to be a tradesman.
That's true.
I don't know. I see a young guy. He looked at me. He was like, "Yo, kind of goofy ass boot are those?" I'm like, "Yo, these boots cost 200 and change and that." He was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, because as a man, I'm taught don't skim the budget on the bed and don't
Yep.
skim the budget on the boot because if you're not in one, you're in the other."
Something
This
you
guy,
do like-
nah, man, I don't get that, bro. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm into trades." He was like, "Nah, man, trades is dead fool." So I don't know any young guy saying, "Yo, when I get older, man, I want to be a referee at Wembley Stadium and calling the League Cups and that FA Cup final. I want to be that guy." I don't know no young player saying that. Probably. If there was, I'd have been like, "Yeah, let's cut the referees off at 40 because we have a big pool, a rotation pool going." Most of the men that's rough is some dead men that couldn't make it in football. And they just like, you know what, I love this sport, I want to be around it.
Yeah.
And they go that. Some of the men that was in football is the body, so then they can't do the running back and forth. That's literally what it is. So referee, you have to be fit to be up and down the pitch. I watch the Prem, I see some of these ref, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The game is way too fast.
This is a conspiracy.
Oh, you just talked about 100%,
No, this is a
75 to 80%, and now we're talking about referees who ain't going to be at 75 to 80%.
They're the
They're
15.
what, 45?
12. I think the ref
What's
is
their
wasting
percentage
time
at?
to catch his breath. I think when they do the changing of the equipment, I think
Yeah, that's them to take a break. They're like,
Yeah,
hey,
man's like, yo, I gotta take my wheel. This
like,
game
hey,
is too
Zuberi,
quick
you are
for
in the
me,
red.
man.
You're in the red.
Ref is like, yo, this game is too quick. I didn't stretch this morning. Have you ever seen referees warm up? Man, just walk out the tunnel ready to run back and forth for 90 minutes. And to put an age on that? Come on, man.
I mean, what's the name? Mr. Batted Red said, Pierre-Eliu Guini, that guy's illegit. That's true. Said back in the day, he used to watch the team's games as prep before games. Really? Seems basic, but the PA referees.
I've never seen referees warming up. You can't tell me you just walk out the tunnel.
Well,
and you're ready to run.
That'd be different. I never really thought about that.
I mean, unless maybe you are in there, you will see them. You will see them running
see
around.
What, Quasi?
If you go to the
No,
game,
it'd be funny if you
Quasi,
came to the game
come on,
and you just
man.
saw the
Quasi,
referees doing laps.
Right
no. If
Maybe
you go to
they're
the
doing
game,
laps.
you might see because they
You've
have
never been to any football game. Any level you want to take it, Quasi. Have you ever seen the ref warming up?
I'm not seeing them like they're warming up like the players. I've never seen them like that.
Calves out, like
yeah, I've seen them.
I've never even seen them do the
stretches.
You know, you hold your toes and just pull the calves and your hamstrings. I've never seen that.
I've never seen them warm up like the players do, doing suicides and going back and forth. No. But
you know what I've seen? I've seen them holding their back from running up and down.
No, it is a fact. It is a fact. A lot of the mistakes when you are tired and there's no enough blood in your brain, it's just hot air. Absolutely. You are going to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Man is like, yo, did you see that? Because I blurred out.
And they panic too. When they screw up, they panic and they start making it up as they go.
All I'm saying, man, when they run over the equipment change, I'm like, fam, I didn't see you warm up, so you definitely catching your breath, bro. Especially, it's always an equipment change in an intense game. I'm like, yeah. Fam,
but don't you blame the ref also say that we brought a system to help you, but you guys are have your ego is so high, you don't want to use the system because you feel like we're taking it from you instead of using the system to help you. What did you see? Show me. Damn, let's go. Rather than VAR keep going back and forth. It should be, hey, Zuberi had a bad tackle on 12 men. Go watch on the side, make your own decision, and then come and change it or keep it as it is. Rather than making a decision.
I don't even know a referee that's in shape. And I'm not like checking them out. I'm just saying, no homo. I've never seen an in shape referee.
All the running they do. All the running.
All I'm saying to you, Quasi, me, you, and 12 men right now, get a whistle put the watch on, the little whatever they got on, and go on that pitch and run up and down with these boys talking about we're calling the calls, we be freaking 30 yards behind the play.
The guy who elbowed
see how it is. The referees that are in shape, the ones
on
that
the
are in
lines.
shape,
They're on the lines.
the referees that are in shape are giving elbows to our players.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
You
say.
know
The
what I
guy
mean?
who gave
Like-
Robo the elbow. The guy who elbowed Robo, that guy.
awesome.
Yeah, he don't mess with him.
You know what?
But
You know what
anyway-
they should do? It's like the drill sergeant in the military. They actually train in like a little drill sergeant course, and they prime them ready to go.
Yeah.
I think the refs need that type of regimen as well. Where they
Yeah.
need to
There
be
is a
warming up out
documentary. I don't know if you guys seen it. Gary Neville and Jimmy Carragher went to the PGMO campus to train with some of the refs.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were. Gary Neville was dying.
there. Bro, cause you're talking about retired players whose body has
retired
let them
players,
down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going by what
If you to tell me, if you tell me like, yo, Reese Williams went over there and Reese Williams couldn't keep up, I'd be like, maybe that says more about Reese Williams being young and fresh and can't keep up. You can't tell me about players whose body have already.
How about
These
even
are-
like
no disrespect?
do you think
These are junkyard cars you're trying to. Bro.
I was gonna say, do you think Thiago Silva could make it through? Then let's say Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva
one?
make it through. Would he make it through the referee camp? Do you think?
Nah,
Thiago
no
Silva?
chance.
No chance.
No chance.
Just wondering.
Maybe Modric,
Maybe.
Definitely.
Okay.
yeah.
Because some of these referees are at the same age as these guys are.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you want to answer this one, 12 man?
What do you guys make of VAR audio discussion being broadcast in stadium or for all to hear? Again, seems basic, but good development in my opinion. Or
That's what they do
opinion.
with what they call it, rugby, right?
Nah,
think so.
it's a bone. I'll tell you why. It's throwing
I
us a bone.
I don't
It's a
think
smoke
it'll happen.
screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you do when you mess up and you throw a man under the bus, type of thing, just to cover your tracks.
Right.
If they never was messing up, we would have never got the audio. So I can't commend it because it wasn't done in good faith. It was so bad. They're like, all right, we'll give you this just to get off.
So that's what I'm asking. So then why don't you, if the VAR sees something, tell the ref to go look at it and then we keep on playing. There's no need for VAR to investigate it and then tell the ref to go back and look at it for another 2 minutes. That makes no sense to me. Remember the Crystal Palace
not
game?
Implemented right. That's all it is. So two things seem true. It is a good thing, but it's not like the AI thing where you program it and leave it and it's autonomous in its function. Human beings operate it. So something can happen. The ref didn't see it. VAR isn't there to ref the game.
Just call his attention, right? Call his attention.
But that's all it's there for. And then, like I said, it's a hierarchy. If you've only been in the VAR thing quasi for 1 year, 12 man been in there for 15 years, running prems in that Wembley finals. How you think 12 man's gonna feel? You with your little 1 year just used to bring me coffee and that. How you think 12 man's gonna feel? Like, yo, 12, you missed that, you know? How you ain't see that handball? 12 man's like, yo, who you talking to?
That's next man up mentality, though. That for Quasi, that's his definition of next man up mentality.
Yeah, next man up. 15 years. You've been here too long.
Next man
Get
up.
him out of here. No, but the thing is, it is true. It's politics. There's politics in the VAR. I mean, the referees have come out and said it. I don't want to embarrass my own friend, so I keep my mouth shut. But let's just say, but I'm saying instead of having somebody else referee in a video booth somewhere, just show it to the ref right there and let him see it, and then we keep on moving.
Because sometimes they don't see, sometimes they don't pick it up until too late. Like as in, they'll be it's almost like they'll investigate something, but then because of the play that it goes back to what, through the actual play of
we don't even know how far back it goes.
I don't know how far back. It usually is like the initial start of the play, basically. I guess they couldn't have been like, oh, there was it switched from one side to another or something like that. But they usually go to the initial part of the play. They'll run it back to see, okay, well, let's just see the whole train of it. And that part is kind of excessive. You know, I will agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. Just show the
that's excessive because I get that you are covering your bases, But then for you to be looking, you're doing like Minority Report or something. You're looking for a crime, you know, like just investigate the crime we're talking about, and then let's just get on with the game, you know, rather than like how far back
like
are you?
remember the Crystal Palace game? While the game was going on, they were investigating about a potential penalty kick. And if we had scored, they would have called it back and say, yeah, the penalty kick came first. The same thing with
you can even go all the way back to Brighton when I forgot who kicked the bottom of Welbeck's feet, and he just bro, it's two player going for the ball, and it went like that. Man just fell over because he was trying to do some unorthodox control and that, and he just fell over. Not even contesting a penalty, but got a penalty, and I'm just sitting there like,
that's crazy. And
you
know the crazy thing is
that just happened?
There's been one referee who have requested that I want to go see it for myself, and that was that Crystal Palace Endo. I think it was the Endo getting fouled, and then Virgil fouled the penalty kick. They told him after 5 minutes of investigation, they told him it's not a penalty kick. He's like, I want to go see it for myself. Yeah. So all this time, these players have been getting cold, which, you know, muscle injury. So, okay, hey, you see something, we think there's a question about your call, come look. Real quick, go look. Okay, I see what you're saying. Give me all the angles. Bam. 1 minute, it should be enough. But people are waiting for 5 minutes. I'm freezing. In England is over.
You know what's mad as well, because I think somebody said it. Some of them don't care, bro. Bro, man, in that referee in VAR booth, bro, man got their phone up watching their team play, bro. Man.
Remember the Arsenal game where they said the guy said, "Oh, the VAR doesn't work," and they didn't tell anybody. Let the game keep going, and the VAR didn't work.
Bro, because that's not his, bro. Man don't care, bro. That's a job, bro. Man got his phone propped up. He's watching the other game, fam.
Yeah, he says, I guess
something's happening. Check that. He's like, all right, let me check it. Bro, man's in there chatting up whoever's in there, bro. Oh, what you doing this weekend? Oh, you drunk some chicken, yeah? All right, cool, man. You know what I mean? The message. Oh shit, something's happening in the game, bro. I don't think that the integrity, man. Big time.
The sheer fact that they got to use, if you got to use VAR to go back into, you know, the review to find something else that you missed. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. There's an issue there. The referee that's on the pitch didn't see it.
Right.
You didn't initially see it, but now you reviewed the tape far enough to now see it. Again, that's some Minority Report stuff right there.
True. They're trying to pick the future Minority Report. Ridiculous. But anyway, gents, thank you so much for being with me today, man. We've almost more than 3 hours today, man. Thank you. I know 12 man, you had like 3 shows today. And I know Zuberi, your time is past midnight. Thank you so well for being with me. Guys, tomorrow, Liverpool, man, we got to show them support. # 3 points. I don't care how they play. I don't care what the lineup is. All I care about is 3 points. And then we move. We're not even going to talk about Wembley because we have a game tomorrow, which is very important because City is 1 point behind us. We got to stretch that lead. So please share, subscribe, and like 12 Man. Go to Liverpool 12 Man's channel, please. Great things going there, right there. And then my man Zuberi, he doesn't have a channel, but he's always in the right place, giving his knowledge and educating us common folks. Mr. Bader Red says it's going to be 3-0. Hey, thank you so well. We need them, but 3 points. Just like MTO said. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Squishy Bowl, 12 Man, Canal. Peace.